Hi chat, welcome to another stream. How are we all doing today? It is, my hair is getting long. It is January 26th of 2025. We are back for yet another stream. Getting pretty close to when I was a young boy. But no, not today. Kevin, thank you for the resub at 54 months. Holy shit. 4 hours at IKEA. It sounds about right. Beer is poured. Okay, so bad news, Kevin. I went to grab a beer because I was like, oh, Kevin's gonna show up to stream. And out of beer. So I'm gonna be drinking wine. This is originally purchased for a picnic that never happened. So I'm drinking rosé. I know, I'm gonna get white girl wasted on Anthony Rent's code. Thank God it's a twist off because I didn't bring my corkscrew up here. But, you know, it's close enough, right? So cheers, chat. I don't have to fuck up my pour either. Great. Wine is a rich man's beer. I mean, I would prefer to drink beer, but cheers. That's a good color. That. Oh, nice. Not a sweet rosé, not a dry rosé. It's kind of in the middle. Anyway, I'm not gonna pretend to know anything about wine tasting. I knew a bunch of shit about wine tasting at one point, but then God, it's been almost like 7 years since I was part of a wine club. Oh, anyway, let me say hi to everyone who's here, and then we will jump into things. JJMC was first today. Hello, hello. Woosa's also here. How you doing? My voice is a little funny. God, I hope I'm not getting sick. Right on cue. Woosa was not first. Indeed, you were so close. Oramus is here. Hello, hello. Yes, there was a Windows ding before stream started because I was trying to. What was I doing? I was spinning a pen, and then I tried to do Control F, and I missed the word that I was typing, and so it dinged. Yeah. Cran PL is also here. Hello, hello. Good to see you again. DefCan Game, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Caleb FJ, welcome to the stream. What is that? Arcane Season 2 premiere. Neat. Woosa with the stream streak. Sounds good, sounds good. DefCan Game says, I mean, let's be real, the best OS is Windows. It's kind of true. It's a little annoying that the stream streaks don't go through chat. But I know why that happens is because they're not actually a chat message. They're a pub sub, whatever, doodad, doodly-doo words. Kevin's also here. Hello, hello. 4 hours at IKEA. God damn. IKEA stresses me the fuck out. I actually really dislike going to IKEA. There are parts of IKEA that I love, but going to IKEA just stresses me the fuck out. And I think the store is like intentionally designed to stress me the fuck out. Because they force you through a very particular path through the store, and you can't just like speed around to the thing that you want and leave. Which, oh boy, I don't like that. I get why they do it. People buy more shit when you do that. Johan? Oh, I don't know how to say that. That's what I'm going with. Johan, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I'm just guessing half the letters are silent in your French. Oh, what a terrible joke. Anyway, I was thinking more. I chimed in with the haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of. Yeah, that would probably be a little bit more emo here. Eric is also here. Hello, hello. How you doing? Griffinborg says, you say you work at open source. What is the source of this? Oh no, it's get all the way down. Rape then says Wine Club sounds interesting. Yeah, there was like I don't think it was an official company working group, but at Yelp there was Wine Wednesdays, and we would all, well, I kind of like rotated. Like somebody would get a bunch of wines, and then we would taste them, on the 7th floor, 8th floor, 7th floor, because the 8th floor is the fun floor. 7th floor was one floor. Yeah, we'd all sit around at a table and drink wine and talk about stuff and learn about tasting. And I don't remember too much of it other than one of the tasting notes of wine is cat piss, and apparently it is sometimes a desirable flavor to have wine that is cat piss tasting note. Beats me. But anyway, Earth is another one that was like, I don't know that I really want wine to taste like dirt, but what are you gonna do? Grimborg says you only have 3 open PRs on your personal account. Yeah, I've been trying to whittle them down to 0. I'm not doing so well at it. In fact, like, we did this on stream almost 3 years ago. I still haven't finished this patch. This one I don't think will ever be merged. In fact, did this repo get archived? No. It's just dead because TextMate is not being actively developed, despite people depending on this grammar. And PyML has the same problem? Or PyML has an active. I should just bug. Isn't Ian a maintainer here? Can't I just get Ian to merge this? I don't remember. Let me look on the PyPI. PyPI.org/p/PyML. ELS is also here. Hello, hello. Just fold and close. Nice, nice. I should fold my clothes because it's been a while. Ian's not a maintainer. Weird. Kevin says, I always like the idea of going to IKEA, and then when I'm there, I'm stressed the fuck out. Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't know. Buying furniture is kind of stressful because you're like, I'm gonna keep this for a very long time. I hope it's good. And then sometimes it's not. And you're like, God damn, I put so much hope into this piece of furniture. No, it's not. FK Game says, I don't believe I've ever seen this stream straight go through any chatbots. Yeah, I could probably figure out how to do the pub sub garbage, but I seem to remember like it's a whole bunch of hoops and ladders and goofy credentials and callbacks and DZ Housem, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. I don't like going to IKEA. Sub rescinded. Ashley's here. Hello, hello. How you doing? Eric says Costco stresses me out, specifically the Pokemon section. Oh my god. Pokemon cards at Costco, super toxic, like impossible situation. Fortunately, I don't collect cards anymore, but man, last time I went to Costco, there was just like, they had to like form an orderly line. It was so stupid. There were like stanchions around a Pokemon card section at Costco. Like, what? But I actually like Costco beyond that. I feel like with Costco, I know what I want. I know where it is in the store. I can just go to the things that I need, grab them, and leave. Well, depends on how busy the checkouts are, because sometimes you're just like, you have to sit there forever. Johan Ness. Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Cool. I will go with that. Sounds good. Welcome, welcome. You're not French. Okay. Okay. My shitty joke then. Oh, Kevin's got a drink. What the hell? Toxic? It's just we can have a little fun at the expense of the French once in a while. Ooh, that looks good. Stigburgers. Burgers? I'm not gonna try. Never mind. I already tried. Mine's already working? Nah, I'm just goofy. Yeah. So I've been up real early today because it's Sunday, because I go running on Sunday. So I woke up at 7:15 and went to run club. Did the 6 mile today, which was, I guess, my usual on Sunday nowadays. It was kind of cold outside. Not as cold as last week though, so that was kind of nice. Not as warm as yesterday though. Yesterday was really, really warm. Yeah, yesterday was super warm, which was really nice. I actually walked around, played Pokemon Go with my brother and walked around downtown for like 3.5 hours. What? I ended up walking like 7 miles yesterday, which is kind of cool. But and then I went climbing today. Unfortunately, the climbing gym has a competition set right now, so like 2/3 of the gym is sort of useless. I say sort of useless because in theory, if I was better, I could do some of the competition routes. I could do some of the competition routes, but I'm not that good. I could start some of them. But yeah, so climbing today, I basically just tried the exact same route over and over and over and over the whole time. And it wasn't terrible. I didn't get it, but I think next time I try, I will probably be better. But yeah. Yeah. Kevin says I did the exact same thing as Wine Club, but with drugs. Hey, there you go. Could you imagine a work-sponsored drug event? I guess you could in any country that's probably not the US. I feel like more forward-thinking countries would be like, yeah, we have our mushrooms working group. Dante Cia says, the most concerning thing is who tasted cat piss to relate that to wine taste. I feel like you don't have to taste cat piss to know what cat piss tastes like. Like if you've ever owned a cat or taken care of a cat or lived with somebody who took care of a cat or even hung out with somebody who has a cat, you kind of want to know what cat piss tastes like. I mean, what? No, you don't know what it tastes like. You know what it smells like and you can infer what it tastes like. But yeah. I've had my fair share of cat piss. Oh. Syntax Wraith, hello, how you doing? Are you a different account name before? No. Maybe? No. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? DL says, I find all of my socks have a mate. Oh, I don't even have to show this in stream because I have it. Oh god, I'm so far behind in chat. I do this slightly I don't want to call it a degenerate thing, but I only have 3 types of socks. I have like 40 pairs of white socks. Those go into the lights. I have like 10 pairs of tiny blue socks. They're tiny, so they're easy to differentiate. And then I have like fun. Oh no, wait, I have 4 types because I also have 1 type of black socks too. And then I have fun socks. Fortunately for me, it means that I don't ever need to do sock matching. It's just whether I have 1 left over or not, whether I have lost 1 or not. And yeah, it just makes everything easier. Oh yeah, and I separate lights and darks, so that makes that easier too. I know. Like the modern millennial is like, oh, you don't need to separate your lights and darks. That was bullshit made up by the boomer generation. And I'm like, well, I've always done it. Why stop now? And I can pretend like it keeps my whites whiter and my colors colored or something. I don't know. Anyway. Ormus says, I found the 1-line change that fixed 50% of my failing integration test. Nice. Ashley says, did you solve the leak code problem for snow? I did not. I opened it up and I was like, this is definitely topological sort. I'm not going to write the code. I'm trying to go to sleep. And then I went to sleep. Yeah. So I didn't solve it. But, I mean, I think the problem was literally just apply topological sort. So I feel like anyone can do that. Don't need me to write topological sort. Also, Python has a modern Python, newer Python. When did that get added? GraphLib, Python. I've never actually used it yet. GraphLib. I'm pretty sure they added toposort. Topological sorter. Graph equals none. But I don't even know what the... How the... Yeah, okay. I guess you provide it nodes and edges, and it just does the thing. Class is designed to easily support parallel processing of the nodes as they become ready. Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa. I think it's way more complicated than I thought it would be. Neat. Anyway. Graphlib, yay. Gryffindor says, my girlfriend is getting into Pokemon cards and also wants me to buy a house. I don't know how to explain to her that it's one or the other. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, where did the... Oh no. Syntax Rate says, are you live on another platform? No, but the VODs go up on YouTube afterwards. I should really look into dual stream just to see what that would do. Just because it would make VOD upload a lot easier. But then I have to probably play with the recording, blah, 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 something. Defcan Game says, sadly, my dog wakes me up at 4:30 every day to get him out for a walk by 5:30. Ah, walk in the dark. Grimborg says, 6 miles is a fun distance, but brutal to pace for PRs. Yeah. I mean, Sunday is supposed to just be like casual run with Run Club. Like, you know, some people do the 3 route, some people do the 6 route. I think I've mostly gotten to the 6 route every time though. I think the last time I did 3 was like brutally cold. Like, nope. I'm gonna go inside. I don't want to be out here. The Endless River is also here. Hello, hello. A Rye says Colorado has legal shrooms now. Oh, that's going crazy. Grimborg says, can you imagine a work-sponsored drug event? Gotta keep the nootropics fund off the books, brother. Yeah. I see, you know, I joke about this, but honestly, any drinking event is technically a work-sponsored drug event. Yeah. The answer says, IT managed to not maintain 2 ZFS, which both failed on one day, containing the back of the other server. Oh no. Data loss. Kevin says, I'm office at home is basically a walk-in closet, so I'm trying to make it somewhat nicer. We put in a roof window just for Christmas, and I bought some furniture. Oh, you got a desk and storage. IKEA links, of course. Of course, of course. Let me just make sure it doesn't show my goddamn... doesn't show my information, because I have IKEA'd before. Oh god, it's all... Well, you'll just have to imagine here. If I scroll, you can sort of get the whole desk there. Nice. Then your storage. Nice, nice. I like that it's like off center. I like that. Cool. You know, says I have a lot of White Socks, but they're all kind of slightly different because they've been replaced over 2 to 3 years. Oh, I didn't follow up with the rest of my degenerate thing. Is when my socks start to wear out, I replace all of them at the same time. All of them at the same time. Ashley says, I think you should write the code, then I can steal it and say I did it to look smart. Oh, for the leak code problem? I don't think I'm gonna do a leak code problem. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't sound fun. But I would do it. Just for you, Ashley. Eric says, I lost a sock recently, and every week I hope to lose another sock so I can have even number again. Yeah, I have that same problem, but I just throw it back in the wash, and I'm like, oh, you're the odd one out. One day you will find your long-lost twin, or another fallen sock will have to take its life in order for you to be paired again. But... Grimborg says, gotta help my cousin install her new kitchen. Unfortunately, this is not a joke. Have a great stream. Wait, what? Installing a kitchen? Definitely Game says, for those with decent internet, regular OBS Studio stream elements, it'll do duplicated stream outputs so you can tweak it. You don't toast internet. Yeah, my internet's fine. I could definitely do it. It's mostly just I'm lazy. Mostly just lazy. Morning Sci-Fi says, I do the same thing. Sock batches. But I'm assuming this is a word for what I described using different words. Even obnoxiously energetic Pomsky. Oh, Def Cake Game. Yeah, that is certainly a yappy puppy. Ashley says, I hate randomly losing one sock. I don't know how it happened. So I know how it happened at the last place, not the last place I lived, the place I lived before that. Because when I moved out, I sold the like washer dryer unit that I had put into the apartment I was in, because I wanted in-unit laundry, and it had a gas hookup, and so it just made sense. And when I moved the fucking washer and dryer, there were just like 20 or 30 socks behind it. They all were just hiding behind the laundry machine. So that might be where yours are. It could possibly be. Bozo's also here. Hello, hello. Believe it or not, I've never lost a sock. Only other people have lost it for me. But what if you've lost 2 socks? How would you know? Svenkos, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Ashley says, when I put my socks in the laundry basket, though, I always pair them up before I put them in the wash. Oh. What? I've never heard of that before. Huh. Nice. Okay, anyway. I will tell my other story after we get started. Yeah. Okay, so I last week we did some stuff with Dead. And some of the things made it better. Some of the things made it worse. We not important. We did a few things, which is we did what? We added an allow list. We made argument tracking opt in and out, and we removed type comments, and we introduced annotations. This works great. This feature works great. This feature works great. Cool. This also worked great. Didn't have any type comments, so I didn't care. This one has a few problems. And I didn't really think about the problems until after doing this. But let me show you one example of a problem that this causes. And it's a little bit subtle and a little bit annoying, but it turns out the work code uses it a lot. How do I make this? Get init wat. This is just an example. TypedDicts, they are a problem. So if you have a TypedDict, you're gonna have things like this, and say you have a function which returns a TypedDict. Like so. And you have another function which consumes that TypedDict. Blur, 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 blur. So this code, well, I guess bar should also get used. Really incorrect. In this code, there's no unused code here. No dead code. However, if install dead, and we run dead, if we run dead, you'll notice that it thinks that foo and bar are never read. And that's because these look like assignments to dead, even though they are just magical annotations through TypedDict, and they are still technically referenced. Oh, why did I have to do foo and boo? Yeah, anyway, I mean, it doesn't change the output here. These look like assignments, but dead's like, I don't know what to do with this, because they're strings, because dictionaries, because TypedDict. And so this is a problem. And on work code, it's a big problem. There are lots and lots of, actually, I'm pretty sure I have commented out the annotated assign just because it was getting in my way. Yeah. So like I turned this off. I still have 1,600 things to sift through. If I turn it on, what is my script called? Is it make dead? Yeah, something like that. Wait, we're supposed to put our clothes away? Yeah, don't look at my baskets of laundry that I just still haven't folded. Patrick, welcome back. Dogs like socks. Dogs like socks. Dogs like socks like shoes. Yes, they do like both of those things. Yeah, so you can see here that we use TypedDicts pretty heavily, and so I mean some of these things are probably legitimate, but there's also like probably about 400 or 500 things that are just TypedDict keys that look dead to dead but aren't actually dead, and so I got to come up with a way to make this more clever. What kind of TypedDict is this? What dict is this? Dicts everywhere? Yeah. Yeah. Moses says I only had a cat which tried to electrocute itself by chewing on computer cables. Yeah, that's a classic cat. Your home is also here. Hello, hello. How you doing? Good to see you again. I do some cable management just for her. It makes sense. Norman says Hecate won't let me press the semicolon character. Are you on Windows? I feel like that works. I don't know if how do I even validate this. Test slash features slash what can we make something into? Phrasing. What is the like? Surely I have like a text editing test. Here we go. What if we put a semicolon here? Do we get this test to pass? Find out. Oh goddamn. What the fuck? Why not? Wait, that is suspicious as hell. Why? Why not? How did I never run into this? What the fuck? I'm using a fork. Uh-oh. Down the rabbit hole we go. Remembering to commit files is hard. Truth. Truth. Truth, David. Truth. Get branch -r. My fork, which is 7 commits ahead. Why is it so far ahead? I guess I cherry picked someone else's fixes too. Oh, and there's a branch merge. Okay. So why would semicolon be any different? Let's find out. There's probably it's gonna be shell equals true almost certainly. Runner shell equals no, it's not. Surprising. My fork is 7 commits ahead. All commit messages say fixing failing test. Yeah, exactly. BS Hammer says, may I bug you about a Python 3.12 question? Yes, indeed. I'll and several others have been just like, just say it. Just ask. Don't have to ask. In Python 3.12, why do I have to ensure pip dash upgrade before being able to install packages in a fresh virtual env with pip? Should I not be using pip anymore? What? Shouldn't need to do that. Well, I don't have this installed, but sudo apt install python 3.12 -venv. I'm just gonna ignore this part. This is Debian nonsense. You shouldn't need to do that. Ensure pip is, in my opinion, you should never need to run ensure pip. BS Hammer. But yeah, you should be able to just make a virtual env and then pip install ASD pretty, and it works just fine. I'm curious what error message you're getting. My guess, without understanding, without you having provided enough information, my guess is you're missing setup tools and you're installing something from source, and pip is not doing its pep 517 whatever fucking garbage. But I don't know. You'll have to show me your error message and then I can help you. But until then, I don't have enough information. Okay, so where is the code where it actually does the thing? Surely there's a subprocess in here somewhere. It's in here. Is it using shell equals true? That doesn't look like shell. No shell there. No shell there either. Well, what the fuck? So this is not a useful one. List map stir command. Love to see that. Ragnar Brothel Locked. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Package tool has no attribute. Oh shit. Has no attribute. Imp importer. Did you mean zip importer? What platform are you on? That's kind of weird. Fsk69. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I'm on mobile / watching on TV during lunch. It's all good. It's all good. Fifcan Game says, can you show me how to code an app that makes millions of dollars and let me use the code to sell it myself and make millions? Asking for a friend though. Yeah, just like make up some vaporware around AI and get someone to VC fund your company. Or yeah, okay, wait, no. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be that salty. Fuck it, we're gonna say anything. Or you could find someone's open source project and port it to Rust and then get VC funding from there. There's an idea. Funny joke, funny joke. Oh, you found a Tmux bug for this. Oh, does just send keys not work? Is that what it is? What? So if I just Tmux and then I do Tmux send keys high and send keys semicolon. What the fuck? Does it have to be escaped? That's so weird. That's so weird. I had no idea. There's what? Nah, bro, you're just wrong. This is not right. This isn't a shell thing. What? This is not. No. No, this is just wrong. 92896, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. No, this is the Tmux, the one guy that wrote Tmux, and this has nothing to do with the show. This is just Tmux parses it differently. Tmux parses a semicolon for some reason. Yeah. Command parse from arguments. That doesn't super make any sense. I don't know why send keys. Yeah, this person actually did the C debugging for this, and they just ignored it. Send keys should just literally produce the values. Man, Tmux, let's see what their send keys thing does. Send a key or keys to the window or client. Each argument key is the name of the key, such as blah blah blah. If the string is not recognized as key, is a series of characters. Blah blah blah. I'm guessing that there's actually like let's see. Abby key debug. I'm guessing if I do tmux send keys cx ca. No. Is it this format? No. What the fuck is the goddamn format for it? Where is that code? Test contest? No, test features contest? Oh, this sounds more accurate. What the fuck? What? Oh, guys, because I put the dash there? No, I didn't put the dash there. How do I send this? Okay, I did it that time. So, that's so weird. It sent the semicolon that time, though. And that time. Just not when the semicolon's at the end. What? It's only terminating semicolons. What if it's just a semicolon on its own? What the fuck? What the fuck? No, this is definitely a bug in Tmux. Not sure what you mean by platform. I'm in macOS. I have installed Python with Brew. I use PyCharm to create the VM, then just jump into the terminal. pip3. Oh, don't use pip3. pip3 is not a virtual env. pip3 is your system Python. Just use python-m pip or pip install. That's your problem. pip3 is the thing. Don't use pip3. pip3 hasn't been necessary for a very long time. And whatever doc told you to use pip3 is probably wrong also. Unless it's just something that you did by habit. And then it's easy for you to fix. Yeah. They have a special case for semicolon? What OS are you using? Hey, look at the bot. Mostly correct. Yeah, the URL, the link is a little bit wrong because I haven't re-recorded since my new computer, but yeah. Wrong reason, but correct way to get through it. I wonder if I can find it in the source code, but I don't want to go through it. Yeah. I'm actually surprised. This is so weird. Surely someone else has complained about this too, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure their conclusion here is just wrong. Il Desir. Oh, Pavancourt P, thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Welcome to Subgem Il Desir. And here's your button. Yeah, this explanation is just fucking wrong. Yeah. Explanation is just wrong. So apparently you can escape it though, which also seems weird, but doesn't seem right. I don't know. Time to make a bug report. This guy actually responds pretty quickly, so I don't feel bad about leaving it around. Did this without thinking. grep-rn semicolon. Yeah, there's no way. Use this issue template. Please read this. Sure. I'm not gonna read it. Did I read it? No, I'm not gonna read it. Tmux send keys semicolon does nothing. I guess I can link the other one. I read this one, but the conclusion there seems to be a misunderstanding. With proper quoting isn't a shell issue, but Tmux special casing semicolon for some reason. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Tmux-v, kinda old. Tmux 3.4. 3.4. Uname-sp. I don't know that I've seen that one before. Links, yeah. I guess this version. $sign term. Echo term. Outside. Holy shit, Kevin, thank you for the gift subs. Welcome to Subdom Summersoft, Sentry with an underscore. Suspicious. Callow, Rebel Elder, and Chevs. Welcome to Subdom. Hello, hello. I don't think this is the Sentry account. This is just some rando. Huh. That has a Twitch recap badge. And one message in chat. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Outside. Next term, 256 color. Inside screen, 256 color. Right? Green. Next term. Bring. And then he's debating if his hypothesis is right or wrong. No, I'm pretty sure I have enough of a reproduction that they're just fucking wrong. Logs from Tmux. Oh, I don't want to do that. Tmux kill server. No server. Great. Tmux dash VV new. And quit. Where are the logs? Oh, I see. Is it really required though? Is it really required? Fine, we'll do it. Send keys this, and then close. And then tmux start here, and then we will attach the files. Oh, I should probably make sure that there's not a problem. Oh my goodness! What are we doing today? Where are these gift subs coming from? Vancouver P, I appreciate it, but I feel like I'm just dicking around with Tmux. What? What is going on? Thank you for the gift subs. Appreciate it, Kevin, Pavankumar P, and Kevin, and Pavankumar P again. Welcome to Subdom, Sizep, Chrisrid, High Fade, The Black Box, and Elwich. Oh no! Oh no! Kevin! God damn it! God damn it! Kevin, thank you for the gift subs. Welcome to Subdom. As your flag, CC Vector. Oh, CC. Oh, that's funny. No, I can't tell you that story. QWERTY Sphere, Pom Pom Bar, and Laux, who is a first-time chatter. Welcome to the stream, LauKZ. Welcome, welcome. And today's conclusion: do more Tmux debugging and bug reports. Yeah, imagine my stream just becomes I just report bugs to Tmux. Sempause is here. Hello, hello. How you doing? Let me make sure these logs don't contain anything. There's so much shit to. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say there's a lot of shit to sift through here. Jesus Christ, what is this? Oh, this is just the full output. Okay, cool. Logs for days. Jesus Christ, logs for days. Holy fuck, logs for days. What the hell? Why is there so much shit? What is it? What is this? What is this possibly doing? That's crazy. QWERTY Sphere, hello, hello, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Well, if it leaks all my creds, that's just fucking life, I guess. I read this one, but the conclusion there seems to be a misunderstanding. With proper quoting, this isn't a shell issue, but Tmux special casing semicolon for some reason. Interestingly enough, if I Tmux send keys escape semicolon then it properly produces a semicolon on the other end. I don't see this documented anywhere, and seems odd. ... Maybe not too many ... dots. All right, fuck it, I'm clicking create. This is data exfiltration 101, kids. Yeah, it's true. Fix sass. Hello, welcome to the stream. Is that supposed to be like sass, like the CSS language, or is it just a way to get streamers to say fix ass? Yeah, we're a bit white girl wasted today. Great. I filmed it. No, it's not buzzing. I am that crazy. Okay, anyway, what was I doing before I got distracted? Oh yes, I was explaining this TypedDict thing. But maybe I'm gonna tell you a story before I forget to tell you a story. So my climbing gym that's near me, thank you for the bits. Fix ass. Ah, there we go. It said it. Nice. My normal name is Fixas, but it was taken. Oh, okay, cool. So you just add another S. Nice, I get it. Cool. That's like my buddy Chris, whose Discord handle just keeps adding more and more S's until he finally gets one that's not taken. Silly Laird is also here. Okay, story time. My climbing gym that's near me recently expanded, and they added a bunch of more climbing walls, and they added a weight room. And the weight room has typical like barbells and the fucking bar. The bar. It has a bar. And it has a bunch of treadmills and stationary bikes and ellipticals and stair steppers, and basically it is just like a small gym, which is kind of cool. And so on Wednesday, no, maybe it was Thursday. No, it was Thursday. It was definitely Thursday because I saw my friend there. On Thursday, I was like, I'm gonna go check out the little gym area of the climbing gym. Also, I was gonna go climbing, but I forgot my shoes at home, so I was like, okay, I'll just go climb. I'll just go check out the weight room instead. And I was like, well, I haven't been running this week, so I should probably do some cardio and like get some mileage in on a treadmill or an elliptical, blah blah blah, whatever. And thank you for the hype train chat. Appreciate that. I mean, Kevin and Pavan Kurupi, you hype train fiends. What did I get? What's the emote? Oh, that one's kind of cool. I got behold this. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go in the weight room. I'm gonna either do like treadmill or elliptical or whatever. And no one was there, which was great. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna try out the elliptical. I know elliptical is not that great for running, but it's low impact, and I was just like, yeah, something I can just do and scroll my phone or whatever while I'm doing it. No big deal. So I get on the elliptical. I just click quick start, bump up the number until it feels like I'm not just like frantically waggling my legs and arms, so it has some amount of resistance. And I do a quick start round of the elliptical, which is 30 minutes. At the end of 30 minutes, I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like I've gotten enough of a workout. I'm just going to click quick start again. And yeah, that was fine. 28 minutes later, I start hearing a weird sound. And like, it's like a knocking sound. Like I'm ellipticaling away and I hear clunk, 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 clunk. I'm like, that's weird. I feel like it's not supposed to be making this sound. That doesn't seem right. Clunk, clunk, clunk. But I keep going because whatever, exercise machines make weird noises. And then the fucking right arm of the elliptical falls off. And not just falls off. This is a like steel pipe like this. I mean, it's a hollow steel pipe, but still a steel pipe like this that had just fucking sheared off while I am on the elliptical. And I'm like, oh God, what have I done? This is my first time in this gym. Like, this is my first time using this machine. And it fucking sheared off. And so I'm like, okay, calm down. That's not a problem. I'll just go into the lobby. I'll be like, hey, I'm on the elliptical and I got a problem. And so I go to the lobby. The first person I talk to is clearly like brand new employee, has never like, and she's like, I don't know what to do. You should talk to this person instead. And I'm like, okay, I have a problem in the gym. I was on the elliptical and the right arm sheared off. And she's like, what do you mean sheared off? And I'm like, there are no other words that I can use to explain this. I guess I will have to show you. She's like, what the fuck? There's no way that happened. And I was like, trust. Let's go look at it. Trust. We go in there and sure enough, she picks up the arm off the ground and looks at the steel pipe that had been clearly just like broken off. And she's like, I have never seen this before. And then she asks, are you juicing? Like, this shouldn't happen. What are you doing? And I'm like, nope. This is my first time here. No juicing for me. And she's like, okay, I'll just mark this machine out of order and everything will be fine. And yeah, so that's my elliptical story. Fuck. And then I just did exercise bike for the rest of the time because there's no way I can break an exercise bike, right? Which is annoying because I could have just done my exercise bike at home. But anyway, there's my elliptical story. Now I'm slightly terrified of ellipticals. The thing is, like, I could have hurt myself pretty bad because those like waggly arms, they're like good like 20 pounds. Like if it would have whacked me in the right way, like I could have had a really bad time. But yeah, anyway. And then while I was on the stationary bike, my friend who's part of the running club like walked by the window. I was like, oh hey, funny seeing you here. I usually see him on Tuesdays, but he's changed his schedule. But anyway, that's my elliptical story. Too buff, my dude. I was trying to do cardio. I was trying to do the opposite of buff. But yeah, it's fine. To be fair, I was warning you with the clunk, clunk, clunk. It's true. I should have been like, that's suspicious. I should stop. But instead I was like, here's what it is. Amazing first impression if you ask me. You're so strong that you broke the thing. I feel like it was not my fault. I feel like it was already broken when I got there, and I just finished the job. It was no, we're not. Never mind. That's not an appropriate joke. Dastrin, hello, welcome. Says, nope, my first time Kappa. Yeah. If she saw your GitHub commits, she'd be confirmed you're juicing. Oh my god. It's probably true. I'm only juicing on GitHub. Oh my god. Fixas says there's a way, but it's hard to do. You mean shearing steel pipes? Kevin. I love this so much. Your beer must be very good. Your beer must be very good. Oh, you got it uploaded this time. It's a web piece, so I'm a little nervous. Oh. What is this? What is this from? Oh, why did it download it? Well, it didn't download it over here. What is this from? This feels AI generated. I also have a picture of me that looks like this with my exercise bike, because I also broke my exercise bike at one point and then I had to put it back together. What is this from? It looks AI generated. Only juicing, yeah. Git commit ref machine arm broke, yeah. Oh, you meant the bike. Oh, breaking an exercise bike. Yeah. I mean, I could have, like, I'm sure there's ways I could have fucked up, but didn't have to do that. Yeah. How did you find this photo of me in high school? Yeah, it was AI generated. I'm no artist. Oh, there you go. What was I gonna say? Brain empty. What the fuck was I gonna say? I had a nice follow-up to this. What What were we even talking about? Damn. Oh yeah, but I was like, I ended up on the stationary bikes, and I was like, oh man, I literally have a nicer stationary bike at home, but I'm already here, so this is what I'm gonna do. My beer is gone. Okay, I was gonna say, think of getting another one to enhance my computer skills. Ah, that's a nice segue. So, I was in Toronto and talking with some coworkers about the idea of going out to lunch and getting a beer at lunch, and 2/3 of them were like, wouldn't that just ruin the rest of your day? And the other third was like, wouldn't that just make you more productive? And yeah, I am definitely a consume alcohol, get more shit done, which I maybe wouldn't make sense given what you've seen on stream today, but trust. Okay, how do we fix this problem? Speaking of actually writing code, we have TypedDicts. They have things that look like assignments, dead things that they are not used assignments. Yet strings can happen in these assignments. I guess I have like well, that was weird. I have like two choices here. Also, let me just understand how much alcohol I'm consuming before this is a this is like a half bottle of wine, right? Not a full one. Why do you not say how many mLs you are? Really? Oh, there we go. 375 ml. So yeah, half bottle. Yeah, half bottle wine's fine. Half bottle wine. Yeah, that's fine. It's normal. 13%. Okay, yeah. We're good. We're good. The elliptical had bad design, probably. I guess. Yeah. Maybe. Just get something stronger. The range is not ideal at the moment. It's either 6.5% ABV or 14.5% ABV. Jesus, yeah, that 14.5 would be more than my wine. With beer, you think less about consequences, meaning you can do more stuff and better. But I think part of it is actually, like, I think this is actually pretty accurate. There's some amount of software which is like, I mean, there's some amount of like anything in life that is really there's some amount of everything in life that is really just like your brain fighting inhibitions to do something confidently. And what's a little liquid courage, right? I'm not endorsing alcohol. I'm not recommending drinking. If you have a drinking problem, don't. Never mind. I didn't. This looks bad. You know, DDoS follows this up with a great point. 95% of the workforce requires drugs to even start their day. What's the matter with a little alcohol? You know, I like that phrase. I like that mentality entirely. Partially because I don't consume caffeine at all. But you're right. You know, oh, I can't get my job done without my coffee. Oh, I went like weirdly southern there, but I like this. I like this attitude because I don't drink caffeine. So it gives me an out. Kevin says, I actually did a coding interview last year while drinking beer with the webcam on. Yes, let's go. That's fucking sick. Damn, the balls on Kevin. It's crazy. I guess, have I done an interview inebriated? I have, yeah, I did do one. But the interviewer didn't know. They just called me at an extremely bad time. This was in college for an internship. I should have, they were like, is this a bad time for an interview? I should have just said yes. Please call me back later. But I had liquid courage. I was at a house party. This is such a stupid story. I was at a house party, and honestly with a lot of like software people too. So it was like, you know, the vibes were technical. But I was at a house party and they were in Pacific time. Is that how this works out? Yeah, they must have been in Pacific time. Yeah, no, that's how that works out. Yeah, they were in Pacific time. Well, they had to have been, because I don't know why the fuck they would call it like 9 p.m. on a Tuesday, unless it was 6 p.m. on a Tuesday for them. But even 6 p.m. is kind of late. But anyway, I'm at a house party. It started early, and I was blitzed by this point, and I get a call on my phone, and I'm like, oh no, I hate talking on the phone. This is definitely part of my ADHD or various other brain problems that I have. I hate talking on the phone. Part of it is I can't really understand people all that well on the phone. Like part of my conversation is picking up on things that people say based on the shape of their face and what they're saying. Unless I've talked with them a lot, and then I can understand them without the additional cues. COVID was really tough for me because I'm a face reader for words. But anyway, I hate getting calls on the phone, and all of my friends know this and almost never call me. And so when I get a call on the phone, it's either like someone in my family has died or someone I don't know is calling me. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll pick up at this party. They're like, hi, this is Anthony? Yeah? Yep, it's me. Hi. That's definitely silly and bubbly at that point. And they're like, hi, is this still a good time for an interview? I'm like, sure. And I walk outside to take this phone interview. And they're like, okay, I'm just going to ask you a few technical questions. And I'm like, all right, fuck my shit up. I mean, I didn't say that, but whatever the professional version of fuck my shit up is. And I did end up getting the offer for that job. Not from that interview, but from the next round afterwards. And they asked me a bunch of like, kind of like recruiter garbage. Because I mean, it's for an internship, so like, who really gives a shit? But like, oh well, what is the largest bit that you can represent in an unsigned int32? Okay, well, get my 2 to the 32 minus 1 out and blah 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 blah. You know what? Get and post in HTTP are commonly called what? Verbs. You know, there's just stupid questions like that. But I was pretty drunk, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Not blackout drunk. I've only been that 3 times. All 3 times are wild stories, though. The interview said, "Oh, is that a beer?" Upon which I said yes, and he followed up with, "That's nice," and looked somewhat confused. Interview went well, though. There you go. That's good. The only reason I had it, because I have the worst fucking anxiety for live coding interviews, even though they seem to go well. Yeah, just take off the edge a little bit. This is. I'm not endorsing drinking, but sometimes it works. But yeah. Anyway, Detail says, at that point, it feels like you deserve a free beer tap at work when all of your coworkers have their free coffee bar. Bro, so true though. So true. My work kind of does though. All 3 of the offices that I've been to have an entire fridge full of multiple varieties of beer, of whatever you want to drink. But yeah. ABV is alcohol by volume. Yeah, it's a percentage of alcohol by volume. Yep. Mario Keith says, I have a job just to have an excuse to drink coffee. Oh man, I can't drink coffee. Gives me like massive crash. Part of it is probably the like synergy with my ADHD meds, but I guess even when I wasn't on ADHD meds, if I had caffeine, I would have a really bad time. Like I'd be fucking hyper for like half an hour, and then I would just be like a little bit anxious for the next 15 minutes, and then I would just have like a devastating crash. Like dejection and sadness and unenergetic, and I don't want that. That doesn't sound fun. Ah, but Anthony, the trick to coffee is you just keep fucking drinking it. You buzz your high the rest of the day and you'll be good. Let's be real, we endorse drinking. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. But I sort of feel bad about it. But it's true. Tempa says, our professor at university once told us that we need to learn programming stuff so we can answer it even if somebody wake us up in the middle of the night. That might be similar to being drunk. Yeah? I think that's kind of true. God, the amount of code I've written like in my sleep is terrifying. I solved this is in college too. Also on a night of drinking. We had this like I probably still have the code for it. Actually, let's see if I can find it. E70 would have been the class. Should be this project. We had a project to write. Oh yeah, here it is, right here. We had a project to write out a multiplier in this low-level assembly language, and I remember like spending the first half of the day just thinking about this problem, not really writing anything down, just thinking about it. And then I went out partying, and then that night I must have, either while drunk or while sleeping, I'm guessing while like some mixed state of that, scribbled out the most of what this code is here on a piece of paper next to my bed. I usually keep, well, I don't do this anymore, but in college I used to keep a little notebook and pen next to my bed. I used to keep a pen and notebook next to my bed so I could write out dreams. Because like you have fucking wild dreams, you wake up, and unless you write them down immediately, you're gonna forget what happened. Like your brain just like fights you to remember what happened there. And so I had this notebook where I had just like scribbled out the weird shit that had happened in my dreams. But on this notebook, I wrote out essentially this assembly code to do a multiplier. Now I did I cut some corners here, and mine was the shortest code in the class, and I got extra credit for this because my code was shorter than everyone else's. But it's actually like a really interesting algorithm for multiplying here. Like basically what I did is like do bit testing and shifting and bit testing and shifting and then add them all at the end, sort of. Yeah, this sort of dealio here. And I think I didn't need this instruction here, so I could have saved one more instruction because I think falling off the end of program resulted in halting, so could have even done one better. But anyway, super happy. Calypso SG and Rayon Dev, thank you both for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Only if you're an adult willing to do that. There you go. Yeah. I get super sleepy very quickly, so it's a nice comfort drink. Watch the movie. Coffee really doesn't taste good. Hey, there you go. The real answer here. Robobato says alcohol fueled coding extravaganza. Yeah, me in college, and somewhat after. Dope Buijong Woony says, "Wow, haven't been here in a few years, and you're still here. When was the last time you were here? I don't even remember your username. 2021. My God, it's been so long. Hello, welcome back. Oh, you were here for one Advent of Code stream in 2021. Oh, that's so cool. Whoa, I like your keyboard. That's what you said last time. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Yes, I am still here. I don't see a reason why I would ever stop because I enjoy shitting around writing code. Yes, I should be drinking water. Oh my God, it's 2025. It's been a while. Yeah. The years just keep coming, and they just keep coming. All goods. Exclamation mark. Don't look. Play social. Yeah. Okay, so how the fuck do I solve this problem? I have two initial ideas. One is I track these symbols specially based on typed. Well, I think I need to track these symbols specially based on TypedDict either way. The easiest solution is I just fucking ignore the body of TypedDict classes. I don't super like that, but it is definitely the simplest solution to this problem. The other idea is I track these symbols specially and I look at all strings. That just sounds kind of annoying. Maybe we'll let chat decide. Which approach? As I'm writing this out, I have a leaning on what I want to do, but we'll see. Ignore TypedDict bodies. Track strings separately. All right, we'll let you debate this one out, chat. Semba says, so real, they're so vivid in the morning, I sometimes think, no way, I forget about it, and then I immediately forget. Yeah, brain is crazy. So, maybe a fucked up thing about me in dreams is I die in almost every single one of my dreams. And sometimes it's in, like, the most absurd ways. Like, one that I vividly remember is, do you know the kids show, The Magic School Bus? Yeah, this fucking kids show. I had a dream once where I was on the Magic School Bus somehow. And Arthur's in the back like, oh shit, I should have stayed home today. And at some point, Miss Frizzle goes, hold on to your butts. It's about to get bumpy. And then fucking nosedives into the ground and we all die in a burning conflagration. And then I woke up. Yeah. Easy Lights here. Hello. How you doing? Ran 10 times slower, but it was shorter. I don't even remember what this was in context of, but trust. Fuck. God damn it, chat. Why do you make me do the difficult way solution to this problem? Fine. Kevin says, I found a sweet spot to be 2 cups a day, one at 10 a.m., roughly 2 to 3 hours after wake up, and then another one at 2 p.m. Oh man. You're dosing your drugs at this point. Lau KZ says, I do the same, but 2 hours earlier. Buster KZ says, why are the minutes on your VM wrong? They are wrong. What the fuck? I've fixed this so many times, and I don't know how to make it not unfucked. Oh. That was weird. I didn't click the button and YouTube was like, yep, nope, you're here. Where's the thing? What? I've checked this box so many times. So weird. Anyway, it's fixed now. Thank you, Buster Casey. Buster Casey was a pitcher, right? Or no? Just sworn he was a baseball player. Am I wrong? Who the fuck am I thinking of? Played for the Tigers. Oh, Sean Casey. Okay, different person. That's what I was thinking. Anyway. Kevin says, I sold my Tesla about 2 weeks ago for the sake of buying a new one. Now, Nazi signs aside, should I get the current Tesla Model Y at 0% interest or wait for the refreshed Juniper? Woo! What a fucking wild week of US politics. Like, goddamn, what the fuck is going on? I don't even. I can't. I cannot even. I am unable to even. Kevin says, I get chased in the majority of my dreams. Jenny blames unhandled trauma from childhood, but I don't know. Yeah, see, the thing is, I had like a fairly normal childhood. I don't know that there's like, I'm sure there's like I'm sure there's like a hidden trauma somewhere, but I think my only trauma is my own doing, and it's not like childhood or like I had a decent childhood. I had a fairly loving family and fairly normal upbringing, but I got some fucked up shit in my head. Hey. Um, I also have this one recurring dream, which is oddly specific. So I don't think I've told this on the stream before. Oh shit, we're getting out paint. Let's go, baby. My like childhood home that I remember the most. Do I brush? This new paint sucks. Yeah, sure, this will work. Good enough. So I used to live on a cul-de-sac area, and a fork, and this ended up being a cul-de-sac down here, and there's a cul-de-sac down here. And my house was here, and one of my best friends growing up lived about here-ish at this house. And I have this recurring dream that I was abducted from my house here to my friend John's house. And inside the house was not the normal house layout, but like a twisty series of passages and mazes. What? Where the fuck? Oh, yo, we got a brush icon. Yo. Okay. I ignored it because I looked at the tools. Why is brush not a tool? Fucking paint. Fucking new paint sucks. I miss the old paint. Old paint was better. Anyway, I have a recurring dream where I'm abducted into this house here, and it is like a long maze, and there's monsters inside. And I'm supposed to run away from the monsters and then pick the lock to get out of the house. And I have this recurring dream probably once every 2 or 3 months for the last like 30 years. No, 20 years. I haven't been alive that long. The last 20 years. It's a penis. Shit. It doesn't have balls though. It's a castrated penis. I've had this dream for the last 20 years, like once every 2 or 3 months. And it's gotten to the point where like I have enough, what's the term where you can control your dreams? Lucid dreaming? Lucid dreaming. I think that's the term. It's gotten to the point where I can slightly control this dream, where like I can just be like, oh, the monster's coming towards me. Aha! I now have force field powers. Get the fuck away, monster. Or like I get to the lock at the end of the house, and I'm like, oh, I can just synthesize, oh, weird, I have the key. I can get out. And most recently I've actually escaped the house. Actually the most recent time I had this dream, I managed to get out of the house and get close to where my house was, and then I got run over by a car. Anyway, maybe we don't need to psychoanalyze whatever the fuck's going on in my head. Oh god, what is this highlighted message here? What did you do, Kevin? That's definitely a penis that apparently has a butthole and it takes a dump on something. There you go. Yeah, JS Paint is good. Easy light. It's true. It's true. Oh shit, I didn't save my paint drawing to share on the Discord. Oh well. Rask is here. Hello, hello. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Simba says, scariest dream I had was me running away in a shy/heaven location from a Charizard. Dude. Getting rolled by a Pokemon. That is quite the dream there. And he's playing Dark Souls in his dream. It's kind of like that. Kind of like that. My most recent death dream. My most recent death dream was actually like 2 days ago. And it's kind of weird because like one of my coworkers was just in the dream. He was just standing there watching this dream, like just an observer in the dream. And I remember where I was. I don't think that part was important though. But I just got like fucking stabbed. Just someone came out of nowhere and just started stabbing me. Most recent death dream. Yeah. I just got stabbed out of nowhere. I just bled out on the ground while my coworker watched me die. Maybe this is too dark to share with stream. Okay, let's try and solve this problem. You're making me solve it the hard way. I didn't want to solve it the hard way. But we'll do it anyway. For the content. Yeah. To be fair, he's pretty scary compared to Charmander. Yeah, Charizard's kind of fucking freaky, isn't he? Actually saying my most recent death dream sounds about right. Yeah. It's like several dreams a week. Don't look up Charizarding on Urban Dictionary. Trust me, I already know. I lived a fucked up childhood. I know exactly what you're talking about, Fixus. You don't have enough badges to train me. Okay, maybe that tells you too much. Easylight says he was reviewing the dream, and at the end he just says LGTM and was gone. I need this prune remote branches thing. It's not, it depends. It's also named poorly. The code's longer than I remember it being. Basically what it does is it runs fetch. It sets origin head if it's missing. It finds oh boy, I got hiccups now. Fortunately, my wine is almost gone, so we will just be sobering up from this point on. It finds all of the remote branches that have already been merged to the current head, and it also finds all local branches which are merged to the current head, and then deletes them. Technically, this should use xargs, but it's fine. You're never gonna have enough branches to. Can't even see the part. You're never gonna have enough branches to exceed the stuff. And if you want, this is where the repo lives. If you want to copy my script, but there's no support, and do not send me a pull request because I will just ignore it. We use rebase at work. Yeah, same. I fucking hate it. The script doesn't work for rebase workflow, so I do a different thing for rebase workflow. For rebase workflow, I do get fetch. Shit. I do get fetch, and then I do get branch dash r, and then I do get branch, and then I'm like, this one is here, this one is here, this one is a local only branch, this one is also a local only branch. Oh, I don't have to do anything to delete. And it sucks. It's very slow, very tedious. But I haven't found a good way to say, like, has a branch been integrated when it was integrated with rebase squash? Because Git doesn't give you like a good mechanism to do that without actually trying the merge itself and seeing if it's a trivial merge. So that's why I haven't bothered updating my script. And for all of my personal stuff, I use merge workflow. So script just fucking works. But rebase workflow, and I get why we do it. I get why we do it, but it pisses me off. The reason, oh boy, the reason most companies do rebase squash workflows for integrating branches is because, one, they don't want to teach everyone how to use Git properly, and two, even if they could try and teach everyone to use Git properly, there's gonna be your lowest common denominator, the dumbest motherfucker at your company that's gonna do it wrong, and you're gonna end up with like 60 whip, fix, whip commits on your main branch. And so instead, when you get to a significant size at a company, they will usually switch from merge workflow to rebase squash workflow, so you only are gonna get one commit from your pull requests. And even with that, I still spend the time to make my commits very carefully constructed. So, you know, a revert is its own commit. You know, an atomic improvement is always in its own commit. Like, tests will always pass at every commit, but it doesn't fucking matter because it's all going to get squashed in the end. And part of that makes me really sad. Like, I think I would be really happy if I could find a way to actually level up everyone at work to, one, understand what rebase and like atomic commits are, why they're valuable, and all that shit, and like actually get people to go through the Git workflow that makes their commits nice and like actually makes things mergeable and deal with merge workflow. But the other part of me is like, there are, and Sentry, like there are like Sentry I think has really strong developers, and like for the most part there are not like, I think everyone that I work, well, most of the people that I work with are really smart. But I know that if we switch to merge workflow, like so many people will just do dumb shit. So it just makes me sad. I wish that I could force people to be leveled up and like actually produce nice commits, but there's no good way to enforce it, and so the cop out is rebase squash. Or a squash merge. Squash merge, rebase squash, I mean they're kind of the same. Flatten a PR, flatten a pull request into one commit and integrate it that way. But hell well. I like rebase from large multi-person code base. People are so fucking bad at Git, that's why I forced it at work. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a little bit of admitting defeat. You're like, well, some fucking idiot's gonna ruin it for the rest of us, so rebase squash is the least worst solution. But Kevin says, I want to kill myself on a daily basis just by looking at people's commit messages alone. Oh man, I've told this story too many times, but I had this coworker at Yelp. Every single one of their commit messages was literally just --. And when asked about, hey, what, dude, use commit messages. Like, you're not the only asshole that works here. Technically true. There were other assholes. But, and he would respond with, just fucking read the code. You don't need a commit message. Just look at the code. God, I want to strangle that asshole. But yeah, --, read the code. I almost had that printed on a t-shirt because it was that iconic. But yeah, people will do whatever they need to do to make terrible decisions. Robovato says the commit history tells the story. It does, and I carefully craft my commits even if it doesn't matter. Even at work. Like, I'll show you an example. And sometimes it still provides a benefit, even if it gets squashed away in the end. Find the most recent one. Oh, that's not the right user. That's when I made it. Where the fuck is the commit I'm looking for? This one. Yeah. This one, like, you know, I very carefully reverted the, well, double revert, double reapply the original commit that was problematic, and then I made sure to like isolate out the actual fix and test in a separate commit, so that if you wanted to review this, you know, you could say like, oh, I've already reviewed this larger patch and seen like, okay, you know, all this shit, like I've already reviewed this twice, it's already landed on the primary branch twice. I can just, what did I do here? Oh, I remember, I pressed enter too quickly. Yeah. I split out this specific commit so like you can just review this part. This is the atomic change that improved and fixed the bug. But anyway, like I go through all this effort, no one else does, and in the end it doesn't even fucking matter because it all gets squashed away. It just makes me sad. Fixass says, any advice to get through lectures where the professor has bad English? Oh shit, man. Woo! I had a lot of those in school. I think the best advice is if you are in a class that has multiple professors, just go to the other lecture, even if you haven't signed up for it. Or hope that you can get enough out of the textbooks. But yeah. And in the end, it doesn't even matter. One thing, I don't know why. Anyway, sorry. Thank you, D-Dolls. Don't hit a Duolingo course. Oh no. Almost 2,000 PRs. Oh, in Century? Yeah. This doesn't even include my private PRs. I think with my private PRs, I'm closer to 3,000. But yeah, I'm really fucking productive. And in fact, if you look at this graph, look at this graph. Look at this graph. I think I'm like top. Yeah, I'm number 8 at Century now. And if you consider I started in April of 2022, Matt doesn't work here anymore. This is one of the co-founders. Scott started in 2020. Billy started in 2017. Mark started in 2018. Evan started in 2017. And this is the other co-founder. There's not too many I can pass here. Like, even Armin. I have finally passed Armin. Your name Tony? Tony is like the one similar in time frame, but I'm fairly productive at work. Which Ryan is it? Ah, that Ryan. Okay. Ryan is similarly productive to how I am, but in a different way. But yeah, very few. Jonas is also similarly productive to how I am. Jonas also joined around the same time. Anyway, yeah, I get shit done. Robobanta says, I recently watched a great engineer write the whole long commit message into the subject and it made me question everything. Oh my god. No, don't do that. Find YouTube lectures for the same course if you can, says elliptical curves. Yeah, that's a good advice. This says, I can't imagine what the world would look like if every software engineer is like Anthony. Oh my god, my job would be so much easier. My job would be so much easier. I think actually, people would care about quality a lot more, which might slow them down a little bit, but would speed them up in the long run. But that's really hard to convince people. Look at this graph. This graph is amazing. Give it a lick. Oh my god. No. Soon Century will be all Anthon's code. God, I hope not. I'm net negative. I am net negative. Mitsuhiko is the Rust guy now. That's Armin who wrote Flask. Don't read his Twitter. I've had too much to drink. Armin has some questionable takes on Twitter. I'll just put it that way. But Armin's great. I chat with him once a week. For now. No, I can't say that. Never mind. Ignore everything I just said. But yeah, he mostly writes Rust now. Actually, he mostly doesn't write code at all. Almost all of his open source is just like hobby stuff. Doesn't maintain the things that he wrote, which is fine. He found a means to an end, which is what we all technically want in life. The way out of the bastard children we've created. Florenzi, hello. Isn't your job to fix shit that other people did? Kind of. And it's not specifically my job. My job is to make it easier for people to write code. It happens to be that I fix a lot of shit that other people do. But ladies and gents, I can only say good words for my colleagues. No, it's I don't have anything negative to say about Armin. I just hang on. Let me just check. It's more like I don't want to share some private knowledge about Armin. Yeah, this is not public yet. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything more. You mean Linux is cellular? Yeah. Okay. Dead. Let's try and make this case happen. Pull FF only. Okay, so I know chat. I know I ran a poll, and I know chat wanted me to do string tracking, but there's also a related problem that is equally problematic, which is this case. Which is that the body of enums looks like assignments to dead also, but these can be accessed not necessarily by their name. And so I might overrule chat and might just say like ignore bodies of enums and TypedDicts. That would make my life easier, even though it's not particularly nice. No Good Nick says I've been away from Python for a while, and what is that? Types in Python? Bro, Python types has been around since Python 3.5. Well, actually Python 3.0, but 3.5 was when it got good. 2015, a decade of types, almost. Well, if you include the alphas. Yeah. But yeah, no, Python has types. Python itself doesn't enforce them in any particular way. They're just special comments. But you can use a tool like MyPy or other MyPy tools. MyPy tools? Other typing tools. Every major tech company has their own type checker. Kevin says, here's a select commit I made at work. Holy shit. Damn. Descriptive. I like it. Approval. Also, I can see that you ran git log dash dash or no. Dash dash author equals Kevin. Nice. Is 3 pretty much standard now? Yeah, Python 2 end of life in 2020. People still use it, but they're wrong. They're very wrong. They should not. This is how I wish people committed, right? Man, the world would be better. The world would be so much better. But yeah, Python 2 is by all means should be dead. Python 2 end of life 3 years before we were off it. That's kind of the normal response there. Okay. I have not been drinking enough water, but I need to use the restroom. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'm going to fill up my water at the same time. So I will be right back. I will see you in a sec, and then we'll actually write some code because it's been 2.5 fucking hours, and all I've done is made a GitHub issue. So I will see you in a bit. Hello, I'm back. Jython to Python 3. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. That's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be a disaster. Okay, so I thought about it a little bit while I was away from the computer, and I think I'm overruling chat. We're gonna make an option. I think we're gonna make an option that just ignores all bodies of enums and TypedDicts. Hey Beck, it's me. How you doing, Kegsit? I feel like I'm in a sing-songy mood. Should I give chat a free song? Should I give chat a free song? Do you want a free song, chat? Sorry, I messaged support. Tired but fine. How about you? It's going good. Wine is really generous today. The wine's gone. The wine's gone. You want a song, chat? I can sing a song. If not, oh shit! You're paying for a song for chat. Okay, here we go. Do you got an artist or what the fuck happened here? Okay. Okay. Senpaz screenshotted the thing for Discord. Okay, cool. Name 4 and let chat choose. Oh shit. All right, we're gonna name 4 artists and we'll let chat choose. Okay, we can do it that way. We can do it that way. Let's see. Poll. Pop punk song artist. I'll just say song artist. We're just gonna pick easy ones. These are the ones I'm feeling right now. Bachelor Confessional, we'll do Amberlin, and what else can we pick? Here's our wild card. Taking Back Sunday. We'll take it back. Alright, chat, you're voting on who we're singing. Easily says you can make Anthony sing. Why didn't I know this? I have 32k points. You can. Ardit says it looks like one of those days of what the fuck happens here. Wait, what? Yeah, today is wild. Caleb says, do you have a video about why you use a VM? I do. Details found it. Yes, indeed. There it is. Alright, who are we singing today? Oh man, Team Back Sunday is winning. There's only 3 votes though. Vote in the poll, chat! Vote in the poll. So it's not just 3 people choosing. I don't know any of the artists of the poll. Well, then just pick one randomly. Pick the one that sounds cool. Oh no, are we trying to tie the poll? Oh no, we're gonna tie the poll, aren't we? Oh, Amberlin is winning by a lot. Okay. Oh, a tie right at the end. God damn it. Why do you do this, chat? Does that mean I have to do both? Probably means we have to do both, don't we? Oh, fuck. Okay. Alright. We'll do both. We'll do both. I promise. Amberlin, we'll do... This one's been in my head a lot. We're gonna sing it for chat. Yeah. If you don't know, just tie the poll. Yeah, there we go. Do we pick the song too? No, I'm picking the song. You don't have a choice here. I gotta remember the key for this one. Hold on 1 sec. 1 sec. One last glance from a taxi cab. Images scar my mind. 4 weeks felt like years. Since your full attention was all mine. The night was young and so were we. Talked about life, God, death, and your family. Didn't want any promises. Just my undivided honesty. And you say, oh, Oh, things are gonna change now for the better, and oh, things are gonna change, oh, they're gonna change. I am the patron saint of lost causes, a fraction of who I once believed. Change only a matter of time. Opinions I will try and rewrite. If life had background music to play your song, I gotta be honest, to try to escape you, but the orchestra plays on and they sing, oh, oh, things are gonna change now for the better, and oh, things are gonna change, oh, they're gonna change. All right, okay, there's the first one. That's enough of the first one. I gotta pick one from Taking Back Sunday, though. Sounds pretty good, I'm surprised. God damn it. This is what the alcohol does, right? What are we gonna sing for Taking Back Sunday? I feel like almost everyone would be like, I don't know, you should just sing Make Damn Sure, but sounds too basic. It's too mainstream. Where is Take Back Sunday in my music? What's the most emo Taking Back Sunday song I know? Oh, yeah, this one. We'll go with this one. Kegsa says, do you listen to any new metal or industrial rock? Sort of, maybe. I don't know. Metal's like a little too loud for me. Although I guess new metal is a little bit different. Industrial rock, I think you could classify some of what I listen to as that. Why? Where's my YouTube preview for this? It's not there. Q without the E. So the funny thing about this song, granted they were going for a different pun than cut, but Shakespearean era slang, well, let's just say that the word gained an N in modern English. Anyway, this is gonna be my well, let me make sure I'm in the right key for this. That'll be good. Okay. So now I am modest, so unself-indulgent, irate, and hollow attempt to sell my point of view. Yeah, I know what's rotting beneath your best intentions. At the heart of your convictions sits a broken man that needs to understand. I am owed this now, I am owed this now, I am owed this now. This is all I ever asked from you. The only thing you couldn't do was tell me the whole truth. You don't know yourself, how could I know you? I will not be moved until you tell me the whole truth. I guess we could go in. I know you mean well. With your ancient code of ethics, lead by example. Could you imagine Christ hitting a child? You live in a shelter built from your own truth. There's so many things you don't want me to know. All right, anyway, that's enough for today. We did it. There's your song. Time Van Studios, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Sorry you had to sit through that, but that's the way things go. Mount Senkov, oh my god, it's been so long since you've been here. Hello, hello. When was the last time you were here? 2022, goddamn. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. Nothing has changed and you are still as positive as ever after all these years. Is that a is that a little bit of sarcasm there? Good Time Charlie's? That is a bar near me. Do you know that? Do you know that? Oh, you do know that. Because a message in 2021, you said, marry me so I can go back to the US and I'll buy you a good time Charlie's drink and I'll take you to Pinball Pete's. Goddamn, you know. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Charlie's is a bar in Ann Arbor that during college I made many questionable choices there, but it was a good time. You missed the US. Well, your visa doesn't, I get visa. If your passport doesn't prevent you, you can always visit. Okay. Let's actually write some fucking code this stream. God damn it. All right, let's start with a test. Hepta5, hello, how you doing? Never say sorry for being fucking awesome. I'm gonna ride that compliment for, that's gonna keep me in a positive mood for a bit. A hot minute. A good amount of time. From Matt. Autofixes were applied, the message was push. Automatic fixes were pushed to the pull request. Later in this run, the message was push skipped. Push was made by a bot. Autofix, blah 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 blah. Push refers to both the commit that was pushed and the autofixes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of true. What does it look like in the UI? Cool. A lot of output there. Yeah, so this can't actually change, but this was. This can probably just say commit. Commit was made by a bot. I think I'm gonna change that to say. I think the easiest is change the first word to commit. I'm going to do that since it's pre-commit CI web. I think it's just a UI thing. Should be this? No. Those changes already commit. Yeah. What can we write? Standard pointers also here. Hello, how you doing? Yes. Hepta5 says, have you ever taken a sabbatical, debating doing one now? I quit my job for 6 months. I got laid off for 9 months. Those are probably as close to a sabbatical as I'm gonna get. Kevin says, unfortunately I have to run, getting up early tomorrow and a gazillion things scheduled. Sounds good. Thank you for stopping by, Kevin. Always good to see you. And I hope you have a good week as well. I've never taken a sabbatical while employed, although Century has one at 4 years, and I am not far off from that, actually. Yes. Push bot skipped message. New message for commit skipped by bot. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. DDoS got that one. Orinx Funber says, hello, I want to learn Python. Do you have any ideas on tips on how to learn it the best? Yes, check out my video on it. The bot doesn't know how to do replies because technically the way... Here's the message. Where is the message? Why do I not see it? It's the original message. Oh yeah. Because this is how... Twitch chat doesn't display them like this, but this is how they get sent in the API. And in theory, I could make it understand this bit and fix it, but too much work. So I don't bother. So yeah, if you need to use the bot commands, you have to use them outside of a reply. I wouldn't mind getting laid off. Sounds like a good time to relax. Bro, I remember the morning when I got laid off from Lyft and I got the email in my inbox. Well, our like meme shitposting group knew it was going to happen because the Sunday before, legal put like a suspicious meeting on a bunch of people's calendars that was called like Project Jetty or something like that. And so we were like, yep, pretty sure they're doing layoffs. And I'm like, please me, please me, please me, please me. Because I've been looking for an out to get out of Lyft for a while. Granted, it would have been nicer if it were like a month later because I would have got another stock vest, but what are you going to do? Bruno Pixie, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. Jetty for Jettison. That's what we thought it was, Frozen Wine Cloud. But it turns out, I think it actually was that Jetty is a insurance, like employment insurance company in San Francisco or something like that. And so it might have actually just been referring to them purchasing insurance for layoff fallout or something. I don't fucking know. But we're all like, yeah, this is definitely, layoffs are coming 100%. And I remember getting the email the morning of and just being, well, I had COVID. I was in fucking bed. I was in bed with COVID, and I was like, please, 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 please pick me. Yeah. And then I made Frequency High, so it was nice. Mitch Keems, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. I got laid off and it sucked. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. For me, I was in a pretty fortunate situation that like I was very financially stable. I got some amount of severance. I had health insurance for 6 months, and I mean, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm sort of a risk averse type of person, and so like I tend to not spend that much money. I tend to save things more often than not. And so like when I got laid off, I was not worried financially. It was like, okay, cool. I get to do whatever I want for a while and like not feel obligated to work for some other company. Like, yeah, I think literally at the time I did the math and I was like, I could coast without moving in my current apartment, assuming a 10% increase in rent per year, and assuming like I, double my expenditures on hobbies and other stuff. Like I was like, I think I have like 10 years of runway. And so I was not worried. I was not in a situation where like I was at risk for anything. And so it was just a nice like means to an end for working at Lyft because I didn't want to quit. I didn't really want to look for a new job. But getting severance instead of quitting is so nice, so much nicer than just quitting. Now, granted, not having health insurance during a pandemic, I mean, take with that what you will. I say I'm risk averse, and yet, but I think it is more like I processed risks in different ways that that made it feel less like I was taking a big leap. And at the same time, like I wasn't just like fucking off into the wilderness and doing nothing. Like I if you look at the number of streams and YouTube videos I produced in 2020, it is I've never come close to those numbers since then. Like I spent significant amount of time like investing in my brand and platform, and producing content and like kickstarting my like YouTube channel, and it was it was the time that I built Predicament CI. Like I was like, I've wanted to build this for forever. I finally have an opportunity to not have like a conflict of interest or not have some other entity that can claim my intellectual property here. I can actually sit down and build this thing that I wanted to build. And yeah, I mean, it works. Look, I just fixed it. And I do think it's kind of crazy that like I basically gave myself like till the end of the year, do whatever you want to do to build this thing. Like you have 9 months to make something, and I made a profitable startup in 9 months. So I'm very proud of that, and I don't think I would have done anything different. And I think it was like, yeah, the world was coming to an end, but a lot of things lined up in a way that made this possible. Yeah. Easily says, did you get any money for being laid off? Not all layoffs come with severance, but mine did. Hepta says, my thought process is that I want severance isn't of just quitting. Yeah. So depending on where you work, sometimes you can actually just be like, I'm not feeling it anymore. Do you want to lay me off and give me severance? But that's a huge risk, because if they say no, you're like, shit, I've shown my hand. You know that I don't want to work here. We have bigger problems ahead. But if you know like your company has like whisperings of layoffs, like you can often just be like, I volunteer as tribute. And sometimes it can work out. Not from personal experience, but I know some friends that have gone through the same thing where they're like, yeah, I think my time has come to an end here. And yeah, I know you want to downsize this team. And yeah, if you give me a month of severance or 2 months or 3 months of severance, I'll go quietly into the night. DL says, it's strange being on the side of knowing that layoffs are coming and seeing them play out. I don't know if I was happier on the side of knowing or not knowing. Oh, it's so much nicer to not know. Well, it depends. It's so much nicer to not know if you care about your employment. If you don't care, or if you're voting, if you're plotting against your own employment, knowing is spicy. It's fun. It's good. It's like, oh shit, here we go. Hope it's me. Person Wine Cloud says, I had just hit a year in my first Devil. Oh. I had just bought a house 6 months beforehand. Oh, bro. That's brutal. You were in like a very inconvenient situation. My situation looks way more chill than that. Damn, that sucks. Fuck. Mr. Spacey, welcome back. Hello. It's been a while. My company, Oil and Gas, is about to lay off 40% of UK US engineers. Woo! God damn. Don't tell me the name of the company, because otherwise it's insider trading. Hepta5 says they stopped voluntary severance. Yeah, that sort of makes sense. The reasoning is a lot of high performers will do it because they're looking for other gigs. And severance for high performers is going to be bigger because they have higher salary. It was a real estate company in 2022. It worked out eventually. That's good to know. Good to know. Glad it worked out for you. It's different knowing when others are going to be laid off and your position is super secure. Yeah, that's kind of true. That's kind of true. Yeah. Also, welcome back, Ormus. Okay. So, how do I fix this dead thing? I guess we start with a test. Taco Man says, what's the importance of JWT? JWT being JSON Web Tokens. What is the importance of it? So I guess you have to describe what it is first, which is that they are a way to encode, or I guess authorize and authenticate at the same time, and usually you do both of those things separately. A request from a particular entity that you can validate using cryptography and signing. So there's just a fancy way to make an API token. At least that's how I think about it. And it has become somewhat of a standard for APIs. The main like benefit with JWT over classical just hard-coded tokens is JWT usually encodes a series of other information, including, well, the most important one is expiration time. So like find an example. Runner GitHub API. So like you include some data in here that talks about how like when it was issued at and when it expires. And so you can include data in your data UT that allows the remote end to validate it. And it usually uses this asymmetric key. So you sign it, seal it, seal it, seal it? I can never remember sealing and signing, but one of the two with a private key, and then the opposite end can validate that your private key is the one that encrypted it by using the public key to decrypt it. You have asymmetric key encryption. So yeah, hopefully that explains some of it. TypedDicts says this for authentication. You can, yeah, I guess that's true, because the authorization part is taking your user and finding the appropriate. Yeah, but not both auths, just one of them. That's true. That's true. That's true. Although you necessarily would have to build your authorization system on top of validating the authentication. So it's related, but you're right. Not the other part. You can encode authorization into the JWT if you're feeling super spicy. Yeah, you can put like scopes in here too. I don't think people mostly use them, but it is possible, and you would still be able to securely do that, although you would still need the backend to validate whether those scopes are valid or not. Robobato says, speaking of JWT, have you used macaroons in production? I have not. I don't know what that is. Did you know that JWT is supposed to pronounce jot? No, fuck that. No, I'm rejecting that. No, I disagree. I disagree, even though that's not something that you just agree or disagree to. Okay, let's make some tests for this. We have our example here, so we can probably just use. When are the crop tops coming out? Bro, I've been too busy. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this so much. What fucking psycho thought that this should be pronounced jot? I hate this even more because it's in an official RFC. I hate this. I hate this. I suppose it's better than jute? only technically correct, yeah. Is it a Microsoft project? Wild. I hate it. I hate it so much. What are you gonna do though? Macaroons are supposed to be better jots. Kill me. But never got any traction as far as I could tell. Yeah. This is what happens when I have to read RFC specs to make sure I adhere to them. True. Time for HP 418. I am a teapot. Yeah. I hate that. I hate what I have just read. Okay. So I guess we'll encode this in a test. And maybe we'll do this the right way. We'll do this the right way. Subprocess.checkle get and not alert not dead dot main, because all of these should get used. Of course it fails. Success says, do you know how to spot Polish? Polish or polish? The same word, right? Is polish with 2 L's? No, it's 1 L. I don't know what your question is, Fixass. I can't believe that's what it took to break Anthony today. The jots? Well, I think I've been broken the whole stream, so it's not specifically that. Irma says, I've been trying to get my company to pay for a conference I want to go to, and tomorrow at 9 a.m. I have a meeting with the department head to see if he'll sign off or not. See if they will sign off or not. Problem here is that the conference is mostly C++ and C#, and we're a Python Java house. That's tough. Do you know how to spot capital P Polish? Roughly? There's a lot of funny characters. Not what's the lead up to the joke, Fixes? Because I feel like pretty often I can tell something is Polish or not. I can definitely see like words written in Polish. Oh no! Oh no, Crampiel! No! Not this motherfucker! No! No! Okay. Because how do we want to do this? Wolfred's here. Hello, hello. How you doing? We're already ready with the taco meat, Wolfred. So, okay, how does this thing work? It's true, Wolfred. How does it use? How does using a name work? Visit name self.read. Or scope and scopes. Oh, does it literally just jam every scope? How does this even work? Oh yeah, no, I just highlighted over here. Oh, it fixes this Klogzak person, which I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly, is a notorious time waster on GitHub. They make the shittiest bug reports known to man, and they do it they do it a lot. They do it a lot. They're also a neo-Nazi. It just goes hand in hand, I guess. How does my fucking tool work? I don't even remember. Scope reads name for all existing scopes. So how does scopes happen? Scope context manager adds scopes and then removes them at the end. So that's problematic because that's really tricky. Because that's really tricky because it means that we don't track the strings specifically with the scopes. How does the global scope work? So we start this with a scope. We enter a file and it doesn't actually... Oh, do we just jam everything into the global scope? How this works? I guess so. Every symbol is considered global. That makes this kind of annoying. That makes this really annoying, actually. Maybe we just go back to my original approach and just ignore the bodies of TypedDicts. Conference championships are on today? For which sport? NFL? Probably? Our device says can't support the neo-Nazis. I used to like Teslas, but I just can't support Elon. Yeah, exactly. Any plans with the fam? Not today. No, the Lions lost, so it's like whatever. I also don't follow NFL. I find oh my god. Sorry, just looking at the Discord. It's real good. Yeah, I don't follow. I mean, I barely follow college football. Only in that like Michigan is usually watch their games, but I don't. Yeah. You're talking to a physics student. We know time wasting. Hey, there you go. I've noticed UVM produces some pretty good engineers. True, it's true. Okay, so fuck. So the problem is I need to basically ignore classes of a particular shape, I think. Ones that have TypedDicts. But also, if I did this correctly, or if I did this the more complicated way, I would track all strings that are referenced in the codebase and match them up to the keys of the TypedDict. That just seems too hard. I don't think the code is set up nice to boost that. Which is kind of annoying. Actually, I don't even know how does this work today? Like visit attribute. Like how does this work? I'm curious if what if I do a data class? Does that not have the same problem? How do I make a data class? I don't actually know. We can probably do it with name tuple. Really, it'll work the same way there, right? Yeah, so it seems to work there. But how? Oh, weird. Does the scope get folded into the parent scope? Did I actually implement scoping properly at all? There's no way I actually implemented scoping properly, did I? The scope context manager. Previous scopes. No previous scopes? What? Is there not a oh, we don't make a scope for classes. That's crazy. Classes technically sort of have a pseudo scope. Wilfred says, I want to go back to school to get my PhD, but bro, what would you get a PhD in? He also says, I've come to realize that advanced degrees are basically worthless at this point. It doesn't benefit you at all in most companies. Yeah, that's pretty true. Good way for Americans to afford universities to go to the EU. That's kind of true. Or Canada. Yeah, that's also true. Farmer says, if I have multiple decorators on a class, which order do they trigger in? OX26B says top to bottom. Is that true? It's crazy because I know it's in a video that I made, but I think I've never really thought about it. I don't know that I've ever written code where it matters. I feel like intuitively it should be inside out. I mean, it's fucking easy to try. Yeah, it's inside out. Okay. So it's not top to bottom, 26B, it's inside out. Yeah, inside out. So the closest to the function first. Which I guess you could think about, this is the outermost decorator, and so it is called last. Yeah. Fixa says, an EU student pays 16K for 4 years of university. God damn, that's so cheap. Philosophy is a banned term in chat, right? So it says bottom to top. Inside out is how I think about it. Yeah, so it is bottom to top. There's videos on decorators, but I'm not sure there's a video on stack decorators. I feel like they're... Oh, the second video of all time is a decorator video. Decorator stacking. Damn, it's almost like the title is exactly what we're talking about. Okay. At least intuitive to me, it makes sense. In inward out. Okay, so I guess scopes are only used for functions. Yeah. Scopes are only used for functions. Oh, they'll be used for classes too, but I don't know what that's gonna break. I feel like the not having scopes for classes was intentional because it means that every method is sort of global, and then attributes from other imports can access those without scope, without having to actually track every symbol. Fucking hack. I think further reinforces my idea that I should just ignore annotated assignments and assignments in the bodies of enums, and I feel like in some way I should also do it for data classes, but I think a data class is much more likely to actually hit the symbols, whereas I mean in enums technically you should too. Maybe I'm just knee-jerk because at work we have lots of unused enums. Ah! What is this for? What is this supposed to be? Is stub function. Oh, it's literally what it's looking for here. Literally looking for raised not implemented error. Got it. Yeah. Rexace says, are you making a language? No, I'm making a dead code detection tool. And I have this particular problem. Oop. I have this particular. Oh, okay. I have this particular problem, which is that the dead code tool sees these assignments, but these are just like sort of meta typing information that gets turned into a structural representation of a dictionary similar to this. And this string matches up to this name. Problem. And the code doesn't have a good way of knowing that. And they've never wasted time making a programming language. So I sort of have one, but it's not good. It's worse than a programming language. It's a templating language. And I didn't even write the original version, but I've hacked the shit out of it, including removing most of the functionality to make it work. Oh, I forgot about all this shit too. Holy fuck, I removed so much functionality before hacking. Yeah, I wrote a templating language. All those removes, listen, the people that made whatever the fuck this terrible language was before I made it better, had so many terrible ideas. Like they had a global, always available function called get file contents. You could just read anything on disk from a template if you wanted to. Yeah. Just all crazy shit here. EOL slurp. Whatever the fuck that was. Output methods before attributes setting. Remove support for PyPy. I brought it back later. I count at least 3 different case styles. 4 now. Yeah, I suspect that the original authors of this just this reminds me a lot of open source projects where the maintainer just never says no. And so they just bolt on feature after feature after feature after feature, and a lot of them make no sense. Yeah. That said, I did add features. This was actually monumental. This made a lot of improvements to the code at work back when. Yeah, there was an entire macro language in this, which is also wild. But technically, this is the current fastest Python templating language. Well, I don't know that that's true anymore. It was true last time I worked on this, which was probably that was Python 3 plus. Oh, this is when I removed Python 2 support. So in 2021, I think was the last time I actively worked on this. Anyway, what was I talking about? Who knows? Writing a programming language. Couldn't be me. Never again. I think I probably would have made a programming language by now, but I actually know very little about parsers and compilers. It's one of the courses that if I could go back to school, I wish I would take, or I wish I would learn. Because I've written many shitty parsers that are maybe not shitty parsers, but I don't know because I don't know any of the theory. I just know what I've done to get shit working. Makes you realize how short your last job was at Stripe? Yeah, I mean Stripe I was literally only there for like a year and change. Everything else has been pretty long. Like Lyft I was there for 2.5 years. Yelp I was there for 5 years. This is way too long. I've been at Sentry. Shit, did I join in 2022? What was that graph that we brought up earlier? I think it was 2022. I think it was April of 2022. Look at this graph. Yeah, so I'm almost at 3 years at Sentry. It's wild because I feel like I just joined. Prod, thanks, cool. Weird, I viewed it in my email, but it must not have counted. Parser theory is not the funniest part, or the most fun part, I mean. I assume you mean? Yeah, but I don't know how to make a good parser. I've made many shitty ones, and I wish I knew better. But what is this repo? Actually, the link I wanted. SQLite export for YNAB. Oh. Like a budgeting tool? Ah, that's kind of cool. Damn, Max is putting in work. DL says I'm less than a month away from 4 years with the current company. Wow. Damn. Map parsing is very straightforward. I don't know what that is. I think parser combinators exist. Yeah, but you have to pick one that doesn't suck. I feel like they all suck in Python. I usually just end up writing shitty recursive descent parsers. I call it good enough. And call it good enough. Okay, so the easiest thing I can do is just ignore the body. Oh, but I don't want to completely ignore the body, do I? Do I? I'm also kind of curious if I'm kind of curious what happens if I do this. I'm pretty sure the test should fail, but I'm kind of curious. This is our new test. I have this never read. Yeah. It's because it doesn't super know about scopes. I mean, this isn't technically a scope. Yeah. Now that I work on this more, I'm a little embarrassed because it doesn't handle scoping properly. Defcant Game says elite programmers logged onto Twitter seeing a post saying Python is weird, then says sorted 123, result being 132, knowing it's a bait post. God damn, there's so much stupid bait on the internet. I hate that, like, well, I don't really go on LinkedIn, but I feel like LinkedIn has just turned into like shitty bait posting as a engagement farm. I can't ever imagine scrolling LinkedIn. That's gotta be the most depressing thing to do. Master of baiting, exactly. Ormus says, meanwhile, I've just hit a year. Already thinking of preparing to leave. Hey, there you go. Not seeing my skills growing where I am right now. You know, kind of feel the same way. Not about leaving, but like, I don't feel like I'm growing skills. But maybe like a sort of depressing part is like, I don't really care. Like, I'm not really progressing my career, and maybe I don't really want to, and maybe that's just okay. Like real talk, I already make more money than I know what to do with. And yes, it would be nice to like, you know, reach an IPO and get some payout there. K Martinez, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to get to, you know, reach an IPO and get a payout and like get there. But I'm not trying to get promoted. I'm not trying to learn new skills. I'm not trying to like rock the boat. I mean, I am, because that's just my fucking personality. But like, I don't really care about getting a raise. I don't really care about, you know, I don't run a budget. I just live my fucking life. I do care about, I feel like I care about the company I work at being successful, and like I try and prioritize things that I think make people productive. But like, I'm not learning new things. I'm not developing new skills. I mean, maybe in some way, and like, you're always experiencing something. You're always trying something new. You're always, you know, entering a new situation where you hadn't been in before. But it's not something I'm actively seeking out. It's not something that I'm like, I want to develop such and such skill. Just like, I do my shit, turn my laptop off at 5 o'clock, and live the rest of my life. And I think that's fine. Kind of fine. I do think retrospectively, like, I wish I had fewer responsibilities. I think Lyft was, I think I'd had probably the most fun and growth in my career at Lyft, but I think I had that growth because everyone was in a promo cycle mindset. That is just what the culture pushed for, is like, get promoted, get more money, get more stocks. Like, you know, build your performance review literally around setting yourself up for promotion. And like, why would you stop trying to get promoted? Like, you can just get promoted again. And like, I think that was like one, like, pretty damaging mentally. It's like, dude, it was a fucking grind set. But on the other hand, like, I got promoted because I was good at doing the things to get promoted and taking on more and more responsibilities and more, you know, stuff, things that you had to keep track of and take care of. And titles, new titles and all that shit. And then like, for what? Was I happier? Maybe. Yeah, I made more money. Did it make a difference? Was that money life-changing? No. Were the responsibilities life-changing? Yes, in a negative way. Now I have more shit that I have to care about. I don't know. I think about it a lot, and that like, my personality is very much I want everything to be perfect always, all the time. And I'm going to spend a lot of effort to make that happen. And unfortunately, a side effect of that is like, I tend to have influence, and I tend to like try and shape things broadly, which, yeah, that's, you know, staff software engineer. That's what I'm supposed to fucking do. But man, sometimes I wish I cared a lot fucking less. Sometimes I wish I had way fewer responsibilities, because I'm sure from a mental health perspective, I would be in a much better place not giving a fuck. But I'm stuck. I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm really stuck. I feel like I'm really stuck because I got promoted enough to have a staff software engineer title, and that carries responsibilities and expectations, and I live up to them because that is my personality, but I would love if I didn't have to. Like I'm sure I would be much happier making significantly less money and just being, just doing project work, just doing the things that I need to do to get done to get my day through, instead of being like, damn, I wish I could make it so that people were more autonomous on how they get things done. Or damn, I wish like, how am I gonna influence the company such that we can have people on call for their features that they're responsible for? Like, how do I make Sentry a more sustainable development company? Like, how do I get us out of this classic SRE role where developers throw shit over the fence and instead take personal responsibility and like actually care about quality? How do I make people care about quality? Like, all of these things are just like, damn, it would be great if I just didn't care about any of this shit. But I'm stuck. I'm fucking stuck. Anyway, I don't have any takeaway from this other than like, maybe progressing your career is not always what you want to do. And like, sometimes a senior engineer is an acceptable end state, and trying to progress further than that doesn't necessarily bring you happiness or significantly more money. But drugs. Helmetware says yes, but private islands powered by robot servants get rather expensive on the upkeep. That's true, but I don't think I need that. Ormus says, do you think the work you do is interesting? At least there are parts of the work that I think is really interesting. There are other parts of the work that I hate doing, but do it anyway because I have to. Yeah. Pedral says, the only thing that makes me feel frustrated right now is that I'm a procrastinator. There are days that I can't produce anything. I feel super bad. I'm glad my company is giving this space that I need. Well, that sounds nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm a procrastinator too. But I find ways to make, even while I'm procrastinating, I produce significant value even when I'm procrastinating by doing other things that are valuable in some ways or another. Dino says, as someone who's had to do an immense amount of learning about the product focuses side of software, I really wish I could get away from it at this point. Having to teach salespeople how to use my product is exhausting, and they don't fucking care. Yeah. Yep. Robota says, I've lost most of my enthusiasm for tech, or maybe life in general, in the last few years. Not much point to it. Yeah. Must create shareholder value, says Rexace. Yeah. Honestly, the work I do is the most dull programming I could ever do. And I know in a few years the CEO is going to try and replace my department with banned word. Oh no. Goshma says, any tips on how to get promoted and keep doing what you want, like coding? If you know, let me know. I don't know. I think like you can still get promoted and still spend most of your time writing code. Like I am in a role where I still would say that I spend almost, well, probably not most. Well, it's probably most. It's probably more than 50% of my time is spent writing software, or deleting software, more or less. And I think a lot of that is dependent on the role that you're in and the team and like what focus area you're on. Developer productivity, it's really easy to not. It's really easy to spend a lot of time doing the software parts of stuff rather than the people parts of stuff. That said, there's a big aspect of developer productivity. It's like teaching people how to use tools and, the social aspect of things rather than just make computer do thing instead of people do thing. But I don't know. I think I've spent more time writing software than not, and maybe that's to my detriment. Maybe I should spend less time doing that, but it's what I enjoy doing for the most part. But at least you still have a lot of hair. Yeah. Decent genetics will keep it there. There are ways of climbing the ladder where you get less responsibilities, becoming leadership by firing yourself from positions with new hires as a path, but small startups are, yeah. I'm failing up, but I couldn't take myself seriously failing up. Chaminge says, I went through senior staff to manager. So staff to manager is not necessarily a promotion, but I get it. Now going back to pure development as a consultant. Yeah, that I guess gives you your freedom that you want to do. Kobe Dev says, what motivates you though? Right. I don't know. I like to feel like the things that I'm building are important, and I like to feel like I'm pushing, like using a multiplying force to push things in the right direction, which I guess is like why I'm in developer productivity, like why that space ticks those boxes for me. But Smear, hello, hello. Go to DevRel. God, DevRel is such a I got some thoughts about DevRel. I feel like DevRel is not a valuable employment position. Respect DevRel. I'm a DevRel. I'm so sorry, Samir. Maybe yours is somehow valuable, but every DevRel that I have experienced has been borderline fucking useless. And that's giving them the benefit of the doubt. But I don't know. I feel like DevRel is a position that your company hires and builds out if you have extraneous cash and you have no idea what to do with it, and you think maybe somehow producing public content around your software will gain you some amount of branding that you can create imaginary value for. If you're talking about public DevRel. If you're talking about internal DevRel, that's so much more useless. I feel like internal DevRel is like, we don't want to communicate with our peer teams, so we're putting an intermediary in the middle that also sucks at communication and can't possibly help you achieve your goals. And maybe I'm just cynical because I've only experienced bad DevRel. Maybe there's good DevRel out there somewhere, but I can't imagine a world where it makes sense. What is DevRel? Developer relations. The idea behind it is that you are like fancy, you know, documentation and outreach for products, services, and APIs that you produce. Fixus is going to sleep. Well, thank you for stopping by. Belnathas is here. Hello. Didn't know about internal DevRel. It's super rare. Lyft did it, and it was so useless. I mean, they also laid off the entire DevRel team, but that makes sense. That I think that was actually a good choice. As bad as like I don't want to be like, yay, layoffs and get rid of useless things, but like that internal DevRel at Lyft was so close to useless because it basically just ended up being like DevRel would come to my team and be like, hey, people think this, and we're like, yeah, we already know. And they're like, hey, build this thing, and we're like, no, that won't solve their problems. And then we would be like, hey, DevRel, we built this thing. Can you help teach people about it? And they're like, I think you should just do that. And it's like, well, what the fuck is the point of your team? Like, you're supposed to make this go nicer, and you're telling us shit that we already know, and then you're not socializing the parts to the rest of the org like you're supposed to. It was just like, cool. Guess we'll do all the work that your title seems to indicate you're supposed to be doing. My entire former team has been pushed to the third-party developer DevRel rather than developers, and none of them have any clue what the fuck they're supposed to do. Yeah. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like, most developers are pretty bad at writing public-facing documentation. Like, it's not something that people are necessarily skilled at. At least when I was in school, you had to take a technical communications class if you had an engineering degree, but that doesn't mean that those skills stuck or that people actually cared about it or thought it was important and invested in them and made sure that they're valuable. But like, I don't know. I think being able to communicate your thoughts is an important part of being a software engineer and shouldn't need a specialized role to serve that purpose. A specialized role that's not necessarily going to be very good at it. Shrugs. I don't fucking know. I'm just a guy on the internet that has experienced things that have shaped what I'm saying. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right or that you should trust what I'm saying. Mir says, me, I'm doing conferences, articles, and webinars. For me, it's also because a lot of developers don't want to talk. Kind of true, but I feel like you can also encourage a culture where your average developer does speak at conferences. Like they do spend the time to document their APIs, or they do spend the time to like care about API examples or like shit like that. But I don't know. Roboto says there are people who work on open source full time using GitHub sponsors and such. Barely, probably like a handful, and even then they're probably barely scraping by. FKK says, on the bright side, y'all going to be a dev for a living. I'm getting paid to sigh every time a professor with 4 PhDs clicks on a link and wonders why they get compromised. Oh no. Okay, so here's my thought on this. It's not just we want to skip the entire body of the class stuff, because you could have, well, you can't have a TypedDict with them. Right? Is that true? iPad's gonna complain about this, right? Right? Surely? Or Python's gonna complain about this, right? Unbound local error F. Oh. If Python doesn't care, does MyPy care? Okay, good. So, in theory, we could just skip the whole body of a TypedDict. We can't do the same thing for enums, though. But maybe this is good enough. Or maybe... maybe we can just do it a different way. We can just take all the statements in the body and mark them as red. We have to check imports now. Well, we don't have any way to check imports, do we? We have this thing though, so I guess we can do... We can do this. But I should call it from imports since that's all we actually care about. Then I gotta figure out how I do it in PyUpgrade. PyUpgrade data from imports. Oh, it's almost exactly what we're doing here. So we can just call it section dict set. And it's what dict stir on the line. And then we do this, import from for name and node.names. Otherwise, self.from imports node.module .add name.name. That'll get us our imports. Not Zepsy. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Thank God it wasn't Zepsy. What would we do? Jane Street has internal devrels? Yes, I do know that they do that. An enum that has functions changes its semantics. Yes, it does. It does indeed. I'm just gonna ignore enums for now, since TypedDicts I think are the bigger problem. Invalid index type stir or none. Oh. Now it should no longer be none? Yeah, there we go. It's interesting because in some cases MyPy will complain about this. Like, this is nullable and it's calling in on something that's not nullable. Like MyPy will complain about like accessing dictionary keys with .get when it's nullable, even though it could never be true. It's none. So I find it interesting that it allows this. I guess because the stub for this is probably double under contains object, O object. How can I validate that? MyPy type shed. This is gonna be standard lib. That should be built-in. Built-in set. Set contains, yeah, O object. I figured. So if we look at dict, see the thing that I'm explaining. So dict O inherits mutable mapping, so it probably already gets there. Mutable mapping is not listed here, but is get listed here? Yeah, so like get always uses the key type here, even though it's very similar to contains and it probably could do key object. Oh, I see. I understand these overloads. Anyway, slightly off topic. Try this again. Key error typing. Did I not default dict? Oh, I know why. I know why. Oh, that's a little annoying. This line's too long. Ignore it for now. Okay, self dot from imports. Yeah. My first company had DevRel, but didn't call it that for the platform because of highly regulated nature of healthcare. Oh. I'm just trying to be Ty Lopez and not care about my Lambo because I got knowledge. Benny Jacob says, I'm scared to have that conversation, but I guess I have to. I've been preparing everything I want to say, but I've never taken the step. I usually avoid confrontation. What were you talking about? Asking for a raise. Yeah, it's always a tough conversation. I don't think I've ever had one that went well. Then again, I've only really asked for more money at Yelp because I was paid like shit. God, this is such fucking. I don't like. I wish Dead actually managed scopes properly and fully qualified names. It would be a much better tool. Like, it's definitely missing a lot of code. But implementing that is going to be so fucking hard. Especially because you don't know the model roots. You can guess them. But guessing stuff is just going to make more bugs. Namespace packages. Source layout. I guess that's what I get for writing a shitty dead code tool on an airplane while bored. That it's never gonna be as good as I want it to be. Anyway. Let's try and implement this bit that we want to do here. Dir node dot bases is a name. Or base in node dot bases if is TypedDicts base. Oh, there's a problem. There's a problem. There's a big problem with this. Oh, there's a big problem with this because you can do this. You can do this. Oh. And this makes the problem untenable. Somehow the code would have to know that this is a TypedDict. Not to mention, like, oh yeah, it's easy. You just look up this class. Well, what if there's a fucking model boundary in the middle? Ah, so annoying. You basically need a full type checker at that. Damn, what if MyPy just had dead code detection? Do I rewrite dead as a MyPy plugin somehow? What's the big problem? Yeah, this kind of fucks the whole idea. Need semantic analysis? Yeah, MyPy plugin, yeah. Pandoster says, I've unconsciously adopted T as a scratch junkpad file just from watching you. It used to be F. Hey, there you go. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Actually, that reminds me. I've been wanting to make this bug report on MyPy for a while. And I'm finally going to do it before I forget about it. I also wanted to do it on stream, which is also why I haven't done it. Warn unnecessary annotation. Reports similar to warn. Is it warn unnecessary cast? I could never fucking remember. Do I have it in here? Warn redundant casts. I guess redundant annotation similar to warn redundant cast. Cast? I don't know. Feature. I frequently see people new to Python typing over typing everything. Think xint equals function that obviously returns int. In most cases, it's somewhat harmless. It adds a little bit of extra reading and occasionally slight amount of runtime overhead. But in some cases, it makes refactoring and typing a burdensome task, especially if the manual annotation was wrong, or steadily wrong, or slightly incorrect, or correct at the time, but inconsistent after a refactor. I would like to suggest a new feature which allows MyPy to report this as an optional diagnostic when someone adds an annotation, inline annotation, which is unnecessary, when MyPy already knows the return value given the annotation, given the expression. Pitch, I mean, I initially attempted to write something like this as a MyPy plugin, but I don't think the plugin interface actually gives enough freedom to enough interface points to make this diagnostic possible. I instead looked at how much work it would be to implement this in MyPy directly. In a first pass, it seems to be not that difficult. I have a patch for this already because I did it once. Is in MyPy channel somewhere? There is my patch. Oh, this was so far back. God, it's so short. Okay. With an example file like this. My hacked version of MyPy produces fired though didn't do the part where it's disabled opted, but just wanted to show a proof of concept. Report warn redundant annotation similar to warn redundant cast. I frequently see people new to Python over typing everything. Think x int equals function that obviously returns int. I would like this to be an optional error. Pitch. In most cases, it's somewhat harmless. It adds a little bit of extra reading and occasionally a slight amount of runtime overhead. But in some cases, it makes refactoring and typing a burdensome task, especially if the manual annotation was wrong, or subtly wrong, or slightly incorrect, or correct at the time but inconsistent after a refactor. I would like to suggest a new feature which allows MyPy to report this as an optional diagnostic when somebody adds an inline annotation which is unnecessary. When MyPy already knows the return value, or I should say R value, not R return value. That, oh, YouTube changed their little "Are you still there" thing to no longer care. You don't have to click the button anymore. You just have to mouse over it. Cool. Alright, when MyPy already knows the R value, given the R value's type, expression. Initially tempted to write something like this as a MyPy plugin, but I don't think the plugin interface actually gives enough interface points to make this diagnostic possible. So I instead looked into how much work it would be to implement this in MyPy directly. At a first pass, it seems not that difficult. Famous last words. Yeah. Actually, literally. An example file like this. Stop doing this, please. My Mac version of MyPad produces a desired diagnostic, though I didn't do the part where it stays disabled by default and opted into, but I just want to show a proof of concept. Annotation int is redundant, inferred type is the same, redundant annotation. God, I hope this becomes a thing. I want this so bad. Please, MyPy gods. Please make this a thing. This pisses me off at work so much. We have so many of these that just make my refactoring way more work. When you have advanced semantic analysis, dead code analysis should basically be free besides the impure edge cases. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of crazy shit. Wrong, subtly wrong, or slightly incorrect. I mean, those are basically all the same thing. But it sounds funnier when I say all three of them. Yeah. Anyway. There's certainly many, many edge cases I'm not considering, like TypedDict defaults, or enumeration values, or data classes. But I feel like this has merit. Angelica says, can you read my previous message? Yes, I can. Which one? About salary negotiation? Oh, this one. Do you have tips if I'm objectively underpaid, but I enjoy my work and I'm overall happy in my current job / company? Okay, so my advice here is you're not actually happy. You're happy with almost all of the parts except for your take home. And you have to first come to the self-awareness that you're not actually happy with everything. You're happy with most parts of your job. You wish that your salary was more accurate to what you believe you should be compensated for. The second part you have to come to in conclusion is that simply asking without any leverage can often result in negative outcomes. And you have to be prepared for that if you're going to raise that conversation. The other part is the best way to actually effectively move that forward without being shady, because honestly, finding another job while you have a job isn't really that shady. It's just kind of a normal industry practice. Like, people are always interviewing around, people are always like exploring new opportunities. That's just kind of a normal part of a software industry. What I would recommend is interview around, find places that sound interesting, even if they're not something that you're going to pursue actively. Go through the interview process, get offers, that sort of thing. Build leverage. Build something where you can go to your management and be like, hey, look, I love what I do. I like all these aspects of the job that I work on. I like the things that I build. I like that it's remote. I like the people that I work with. I enjoy my management chain. I think the company has good direction. Whatever the fuck you want to say. Like, all of those things, have that prepared. But I think I'm not being adequately compensated. And here is an offer from another company that I don't necessarily want to work at, but it's a representation of how someone else might value the work that I can produce. And it's still so fucking subtle. Like, this is still a very difficult conversation that you would have to have, and it's still like a ton of work that you would have to go through for this. But if you think it's important and like you really enjoy what you're working on, and you really think that like, a pay bump would make you happier, then it's worth it. But I think the first step is being realistic that, like, yeah, you can enjoy every aspect of your job, but if you're not paid enough, you're not happy in your job. And that's I think hard to come to. I've struggled with that same self-reflection. I spent 5 years at Yelp until I finally realized that, hey, wait a minute, I'm not actually happy at my job. I am paid like shit, and yeah, I get to work on cool tech, and I feel like I'm learning and growing and building my own skills. But at what cost? And for me, like figuring out that, oh shit, you know, my manager that's telling me I could never get paid more at some other company is fucking lying to me to maximize shareholder value. They don't have my best interest in mind. They don't give a shit. They just want my technical outcomes, which, you know, until that point I was happy to deliver because I didn't know any better. But once I started looking around and be like, huh, what is my labor actually worth? Oh, you know, the amount of output that I produce here, some company would pay me literally twice as much money to do the same thing, and I would, you know, be better recognized for it. Look, what am I doing here? Why am I stuck here? I think the biggest thing though, is don't make the mistake I did. Don't leave the company you're at until you have something else lined up. If I could give one piece of advice about computer science, technology, software development, employment, have something lined up before you go somewhere else. Your life will be so much easier. For two reasons. One, like you'll have no gap in employment. You won't have to ever explain that later. But two, and the bigger one, is you'll have so much more leverage in getting a new offer and utilizing your offers against your existing company. If you're not employed, you can't be like, hey, I should be paid this. And they're like, well, you don't have a job, so what the fuck do you mean? Why would I pay you that? If you have a job, you can be like, hey, pay me more, or I'm, you know, take it or leave it. Like, if you have multiple offers, I mean, the loophole to that is you get multiple offers and you leverage the offers against each other. That's way more work. But anyway, all that to say, like, don't quit your job before you have another job. Be prepared going into this tough conversation with enough information that you can adequately defend what you're going to say. Ideally, have other offers that are higher in value such that you can leverage them against your existing company. And at the end of the day, like, a job's a job. Be ready to walk away and like get that money. That's what you want. That's what you think is going to make you happier. In a lot of cases, like, you know, money doesn't buy happiness. It's kind of bullshit. It sort of does, to an extent. Like, yeah, money does not equal happiness, but money enables you to do the things that you want to do. It enables you to live the lifestyle that you want to live. Now, at some point, incremental money isn't going to result in incremental happiness, but I do think that, like, oh, there is such a thing as life-changing money, and that amount of money can produce happiness, even if that amount of life-changing money isn't the same for everyone else. So, anyway, money. I don't know what to tell us. Hey, thanks for the streams. What do you think is the future, speaking of technology? Oh god, fucking AI garbage. Are you asking me what's the next grift? I don't know. What's the next thing we're gonna dunk on? I don't know. I honestly don't think AI will ever become ubiquitously valuable like the current hype train around it seems to indicate. But drugs? Yeah, AI is not a banned word. Maybe it should be. Multiple offers is kind of hard with the current interviewing landscape. Yeah, that's also true. Which makes leveraging a single offer against your job a lot easier than trying to have no job and then leverage multiple offers against each other. But Ormus says, I've never had multiple offers at once before. Probably pretty common. I'm, I guess, perhaps an exception to that in that, well, no, even when I went to work at Sentry, I had another offer. I was never going to take it, and I didn't use it for leverage. But every other time I've had multiple offers. Even when I've had a job before and looking for a new one, I just took the first offer that came along because I didn't know how long it would be until the next one. Leaving money on the table brings sadness. Yeah, no, that's pretty fair. And I think that's kind of a rational way to approach it, rather than trying too hard to. I mean, it's you know, a good offer comes along. It's hard to be like, well, I want to see what the second one is, even if that second one might be better. Unless you have like no time limits on stuff, then obviously you have a different discussion, or like you have an expectation of getting an offer from another place you're interviewing at the same time. Arshan says, hi, hello, what are the main technologies you use at work? You mean like programming languages or otherwise? In Sentry is, I would say mostly Python, but it also has a spattering of other languages because it provides SDKs. I think internal service languages, it's mostly Rust and Python. And there's a lot of JavaScript because there's a front end. Yeah. You talk about other technologies, it's like GCP related things. ClickHouse, Postgres, whatever you want to do. Anthony's a heavy Jira user, only Jira. My new manager is trying to get us to use Jira more. And I get it, and I kind of support him in it, but I'm not going to make a Jira ticket for something that takes me longer to write the Jira ticket than it is to just fix the problem. You can't have multiple offers at the same time. Usually offers have an expiration date. Yeah, that's true. You would have to line up a bunch of interviews all at once. I'm usually fairly good about doing, but yeah, it's Django Arshad. God, I fucking hate Django. How many epics have you created for this sprint? I have an epic for like the next 2 quarters. I know that's not how you're supposed to use epics, but it is what it is. My rule in Jira is that I'll use Jira if me and my team have full control over the workflow. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Fair. Why Jira over Linear? They both suck. Yeah. Can't merge your PR if it doesn't have a Jira attached to it. I would have way fewer PRs. My current work fucks with Jira so much, but they've started having better workflows with it recently. I feel like as much shit as I give Jira, like you can actually use it productively, and it can actually provide value in like describing the structure of the team and rationalizing how much work you're spending on things and being able to communicate outwards what you're working on and prioritizing and blah 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 blah. Like it can do all those things. You have to put in the effort to make it successful there, and a lot of times it produces more overhead than value. And my team is struggling a lot with finding the balance between producing value and overhead. Especially because a lot of the work that DevInfra does is largely interrupt driven. Like, oh shit, GitHub is deprecating this thing. Guess we gotta fucking scramble to solve that. You know, I'm not gonna go to Jira and be like, GitHub did thing, we need fix thing. I'm just gonna go fix it. Or like, internal library needs a 1-line change to fix a bug. I'm gonna do the 1-line change. I'm not gonna spend the time to open up Jira, make a task, assign it to me, put it in the proper epic, mark it as in progress, change my branch name to match the Jira ticket, mark the Jira ticket as in review when I push the branch to the remote, merge the branch, wait until the branch is deployed, close the Jira ticket. That's not worth my time. If I could somehow make that automatic, maybe it'd be worth my time, but like GitHub issues, even like I find a lot of GitHub issues have similar overhead, but I feel like they're a lot easier, which doesn't make too much sense to me because GitHub issues are just Jira tickets, but slightly less. I don't use Jira as a work management tool, more as a progress and communication tool. I do think it's valuable for that, but for that we just make epics and we just say they're in progress or not in progress, and that's kind of the communication part of it that works well enough for stuff. Anyway, I'm super off topic. I don't think this problem is solvable. It almost makes me want to just abandon this entire fucking project and start over as a MyPy plugin. But that also sounds really difficult because I don't even know how would I even do this with MyPy plugin. Plugin. Where are you? Plugin. Blah, 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 blah. Where are all the hooks? My computer did not like me scrolling down there for some reason. Type Analyzer plugin. This is the things you can call rather than the actual plugin points. Checker. Type context. Return the type okay, so this is stuff you can call. Fuck off. Stupid ass. Semantic. I didn't know that this was available here. I didn't know you could access all of the modules. That's kind of helpful. Oh, I wish I knew all of these things. I didn't know these were accessible. Oh, cool. I wish I could just kill this dialogue forever. This dialogue is never useful to me. These are all the things you can call. Where's the actual plugin points? Here's where we get. No? Maybe? No, these are still things you can call. Where are the actual plugin points? Oh, here we go. Here we go. The actual reason why I'm drifting away from Python is exactly that. Every time I start a project, I always hit a point where I'm like, fuck that. Either I'm rewriting everything or I quit, and you already know what option I choose. Yeah. Yeah. Additional depths, no. Get type analyze hook. Customize behavior for the type analyzer for given full names. Only called for unbound types. Maybe that help. I feel like I would have to change my pie given this. Because this is basically what I want. But I would want it to call in every access name. Somehow. Function signature hook. This would help with function calls, but there's all sorts of other accesses. Ways to access something that are not just calls. Like you would want to be able to detect dead constants too. Admittedly, detecting dead constants can be done in the current way I'm doing things. Sort of. Oh, this sucks. It sucks so much. Function hook. For calls. This is calls. Calls. Class attribute hook. This is interesting. But so it's called here, I'm guessing. This is helpful, but doesn't help me with module attributes still. Class decorator, no. Class decorator hook 2. Just gonna ignore that for now. Meta class. Doesn't get called on inherited meta classes? Great. Customize class MRO. Oh. Wait. I think this is. Hold on. I think this is actually helpful for me. For a different reason. Unrelated reason. I have a MyPy plugin for work, which does some real hacky shit. I'm currently using get base class hook, which looks for a class that extends from io.bytes.io, which happens to be the Django HTTP request, and then jams a bunch of symbols into it. But sounds like I could just use this. called with the class full name before its body was semantically analyzed. Maybe this is too early then. But anyway, that's off topic. Interesting, but off. Shit, I think that's all the plugin interfaces. Main plugin? Oh, it's just symbol. Yeah, I don't think I can write a MyPy plugin for this. I think I would have to change MyPy. Oh, this makes me so sad. Also, I think if I implemented it it would no longer fit the bill of the description of the project. Damn. How can I fix my problem in an easier way? I could just say part of me is like, I want to just say an annotation in a class body like this is always implicitly used. But I know for a fact that people write stupid code at work that looks like this. When this annotation does nothing, and sometimes it'll get refactored as like this, and then this is dead code, but nothing would know that it's dead code. And they literally don't need to do this. They can literally just do this and it would be exactly the same. And dead would currently find that, but it also finds this. I honestly think there's a right way and a wrong way to write Python. Type checking, unit test, best practices. I want to more write Python, but at work it's mostly wrong Python. Yeah. Makes me think that class variables are a mess at the type level. Oh, this doesn't even get into the whole like descriptor bullshit nonsense. Like there's all sorts of fucky wucky problems here. Also that this doesn't technically introduce a name, so it's like sort of there, sort of not. It's all just a big mess. Not to mention like most like PyI stubs don't properly differentiate between class and non-class variables. Also that if you do this, MyPy treats this as an instance variable, which it is most certainly not. And only after you do this does it actually treat it as a class variable, and then this is an error, which is, it's very messy. I understand why they did it, but it's just very frustrating. Also if you do this, so say you were explicit and said class var int equals 5, and then you do this, MyPy is going to be like, why are you overriding an instance variable with a class variable? So often you have to go back in here and also do this here. It's just so fucking annoying. I think they fixed this in some cases, but definitely not all of them. So it's just... Oh. Yeah, I can't think of a good solution to this, unfortunately. Like maybe it is just ignore annotated assignments in class bodies, and that'll lean more towards the false negatives than the false positive. And we just treat every class the same and just mark them always as red. I don't deal with class very often for the best. Yeah. Ed. Yeah. This class can't get it up. Okay, so the hackiest solution for now is to just treat class annotations as used, independent of the base class. So let's discard all that. You get pseudo situated, then head to eat early dinner. Sounds good, D-Dolls. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, I discarded my test. No. Fortunately, we have the code right here. Yay. Thank you, PyTest, for being overly verbose. It's gonna be shit. Hooray! Make undead an alternative dead code detection tool? I already got one. I already have too many dead code detection tools. This is a bad middle ground to handle TypedDicts and related classes. What is that called? Statement dot target dot ID. Oh, we gotta check the name also. Yeah. Got a dash 2? Well, thank you for stopping by. PyTwist? Ooh. No. 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 I don't use this often, but getting bonked there. Exit. Seems like such a bad solution to the problem. I typed that? Did I backspace it? Oh, this is my fault then. I should probably put more focus here. Ideally, with full semantic analysis, you'd be able to know when a dictionary or same key as a specific typed dict and know if it is used. Fortunately, it's difficult to know statically in isolation whether a class definition is a typed dict due to inheritance. Alright, we're not ending in a period because then I'd have to make a new line. Bad middle ground to handle TypedDict and related classes. Simply mark any annotated assignment directly in a class body as used. Ideally, with full semantic analysis, you'd be able to know when a dictionary literally uses the same key as a specific TypedDict and know if it is used. Unfortunately, it's difficult to know statically in isolation whether a class definition is a TypedDict due to inheritance and multiple module boundaries. Yeah. Good workaround for an assign in class bodies. Yeah, I don't need to reiterate the comment. It's kind of a shit solution, but fine. Good enough. Good enough. You need a new tool-assisted gameplay widget below your camera? I do, you're right. I do need a new Pokemon thing. So the thing is, I actually have one running right now. And it's up to 10,000 resets. Which I think I'm just unlucky, because the expected value is 1 in 4106 or something like that. It's like slightly more than 4096, which it should be. And it does have images. Sure, we'll just start up PNG to dot. That's gonna work, right? There we go. It is actually resetting through these. This. And this is one of the, I think this is the successful one. Yeah. This was the successful one where I got the tiny poke. But you're right. It's been a while since I've had it's been a while since I can. Anyway. This is actually Tmux. This is actually a really cool little shitty web app that I wrote. What is it called? App.py? Yeah. So this is gonna fuck it up, isn't it? Yeah, so the script is actually running in Tmux, and there's a little script that shows the stats of what's happened so far, as well as like a last check uptime thingy. And then I have a web server running in the other tab. BD? Yeah. And basically what this web app does is it's got a little HTML body, and then it counts the number of Tmux panes in the first window, and then captures the text of those Tmux panes, and then jams them into the HTML body. So like this is a Tmux pane, and this is a Tmux pane here. How does it know how wide they are? Oh, it just hard codes 40. Good enough. Did one of you gift me a sub to Pokey again? No, we're good. We're clear. But yeah, this is basically so I can open up my phone and be like, is my Pokemon bot still running? And the answer is yes. It has last checked one within the last minute, which is nice. Oh, I fucked something up. No! Oh, shit. What did I fuck up? Well, it looks fine now. I'm gonna have to go down. There's an extra new line here. I have to go downstairs and fix it. It probably fucked up the Tmux on the active open window. But, I'll fix it later. It is what it is. What did I... Oh, god damn it, Wilfred. Oh, wait, it didn't... Did I have to refresh chat? Why does it still show that I'm free? It's not showing for me. But I do see the notification that Wolfred gifted you a tier 1 sub to Pokey. Is PokeW just not a thing anymore? I think PokeW is just not a thing anymore. I think it's just not a thing anymore. I think this emote just doesn't exist. But yeah, I do have Poke emotes now. Uh-oh, chat, you caught me. I'm a shrimp. Where was I working on this? Oh, this is I'm on Pokebox. I was like, what? Why no worky? I thought Wolfer was trolling. I mean, it's a pretty easy like $5 troll. That's a pretty good one. Ooga Box, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you are doing well. You're gonna get to one when he was off stream, but you forgot. Did remember to do my PyPI token. I'm so sad about this. I feel like this is a bad solution to the problem. But I don't think there's a good solution to it without completely rewriting. Whatever. It'll be hopefully good enough for me to get the output that I want here. 2.0.1, it is a patch for it. It is a bug fix. Godlab says, so a sub is half a carton of eggs basically. That's wild. Oh boy. We're equating everything to eggs again. Okay, so I don't remember what the number was before. 1654 to 1658. So something changed here. I'm kind of curious what symbol. The symbol actually should be something that's completely dead. And if I diff these two, did I move it out of the way? I did. I did. Diff dash u log dot dead new. Public endpoints is never read. Middleware. Yeah, that's Django garbage. Broker transport options. I think Celery reads that, maybe. Entry cache max value size. This is probably dead. Certainly. IP of this thing. 921681203. Git grep. Sentry cache max value size. Never defined. But it is increased there. Making me nervous. Why are you set? Remove obsolete JS processor. That seems processing or processing. 192.168.1203. Git show this. Hash max value size. Yeah, that's the last time it was read. God damn, we found some new dead code. Look at that. Look at that. Chicklal says, do you do all your Sentry work through SSH? No, it's just so I can show you on stream. But that's cool. Time for it to go rip. Sick. Anyway. I guess let me write out some to do on this. Cause what was the name of that? My thingy go. This one. Public endpoints. That's crazy that that has a type. I guess all of these have to have types or they wouldn't have been. So what the fuck is this? It has a TypedDict too? What? Weird. I'm curious what this is too. Hooker transport options. Not used. Log dash G this in star.py. We could probably just do dash P also. Weird that it has an annotation. It's gonna blame to me. God damn it. Why did I think this was dict_str int? Or did I just pick an arbitrary fucking type, hoping that it would crash, and then it didn't? Oh, because it used to be dict_str int. Who reads this? Where does this come from? Maybe I did actually do my research and this is actually correct. Ah, it is celery garbage. Yeah. Clearly we don't need to set it. Dead constants. I'll need to write them down. Yeah. Oh, I haven't done either thing. This list never gets shorter. I literally wrote this on my first week of work. And I've still not figured out how to turn it off. But it's very annoying. It's been almost 3 fucking years and I haven't figured out how to make Artie Kafka shut the fuck up. You know how to do it, Wilfred? Well, you should tell me at some point. But, I understand that GitHub scrubs emails and names by default when the commit is merged. Yeah. Yep. TL about git grep and gitlog-p-g? Oh man. Those are my bread and butter. Those are some of my favorite commands. I almost accepted a role with Sora. I guess I've dodged a bullet. Yeah. Work stuttering, I mean, I want to see my coworkers' names. Yeah, that's fair. Rather than their GitHub usernames. Yep. Anyway. That's kind of cool. We found more dead code. Good job, me. But I think that's going to wrap us up for today. So it's time to turn off my computer. Oh no, it's a VM. One funky note. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, we found a shitty solution to a hard problem, and we're gonna call it good enough. Change the consumer and producer config log levels. Yeah, that's true. That would do it. But then there's probably some stuff that we would miss. Meh. I don't know. Rask says, I learned so much from your streams and YouTube videos. At some point, I decided to watch every one of your videos. Well, then you missed the video about gitlog and gitgrep, because there's definitely a video about those. It's fine. Oh, you haven't finished yet. Okay, fair. You just haven't got there. All right. Anyway, I upload educational content to my YouTube channel that Rask is talking about that has many good things. Thank you for the link, Build out this at youtube.com/anthonywritescode. Where I'm currently trying to upload weekly. Yeah, last week's video sucked, but I think it's still very funny. Yeah, there's a very funny thing in this video if you watch it. And the recordings of the stream VODs go up on the second channel, youtube.com/anthonywritescode- at anthonywritescode-vods. I'm trying to get this channel monetized, so if you want to watch the VODs, that would help me out. I would appreciate it. You don't have to, though, but if you want to throw up a video in the background, I make good sleeping music, sound, whatever. I make good background noise. Anyway, that's where the VODs are. I announced my stream on the Discord, so join there and hang out. And that's it.